Start it up then.
Hello and welcome to the podcast. We got here Average Joes with Benot and Joseph DeLima. How are you guys doing today?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty
good. Doing good.
It's early for Joe today. So.
I am exhausted.
Yeah. Wake up too early to wake up and everything.
I got some more pre-workout later on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it.
Joe on the weekends doesn't get up before 12 usually. So.
No. It's hard to get me above about noon.
Yeah. I know. I was always surprised when you agreed to like being up at 11 o'clock. I was just like, oh, all right, that's it's your place. You could have said something else.
That was a rookie mistake. It's okay. We'll learn.
Yeah, this is a pretty nice setup you guys got. Like all this equipment. How long did this take to acquire?
So all the weightlifting equipment that you see on twitch.tv/averagejoes_OC.
Nice plug in there.
had to slide that one in.
Selfless promotion. So.
You know, weekdays. 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Was it Pacific Standard Time, right?
Pacific
So,
Standard Time. No, so a lot of this equipment that you see, a lot of it took roughly about 9 years to acquire.
Wow.
Before my time.
Yeah, but before Ben's time.
Before BO.
Before BO, I like that.
It took 9 years for that?
9 years. But yeah, a lot of this, like, people always ask me, they're like, you know, this must have been expensive. It must have been crazy hard to get. It's like, no. A lot of this stuff, I would just, like, walk around the neighborhood, or at least around Orange County, and there'd be garage sales. And I'm like, hey, I see that you have 2 45-pound Olympic plates there. And they're like, yeah, we don't use this. This was our grandpa's when he served in Korea, you know, or whatever story they give me.
Wow.
Yeah, they give me a lot of backstory with their weight.
These were German Nazi.
Yeah, I know.
Seriously.
I'm like, what's this symbol? Like Zieg? I can't read it. Zieg.
Don't worry about it.
It's a good weight.
It's a good weight. It's like, I wonder why it burns when I touch some weights.
But yeah, no, like I would literally go up to him. And it's like, you know, 90 pounds of weight. It's pretty expensive if it's in good condition.
Yeah.
And I would just say, hey, you know what? Like, I'll give you $10 for these 2 45-pound plates, or like whatever I had in my pocket at the time. And they're like, okay. And most of the time, like, I don't carry cash with me because it's the future.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in carrying cash.
It's cards now.
Yeah. And I'm not about to give my card information to, you know, someone at a garage sale.
It's like, quick.
Yeah, just bend over.
Family Guy episode.
Ew. But like half the time they would just give me stuff for free. So it's a lot of this weight is I got for free. The most expensive thing was the cage that's behind us, and we didn't even pay for that. That was
The stream bought that for
Yeah,
us, so I
stream
think we might have
donations.
paid it just a little bit because of like taxes and like shipping and stuff like that. But overall, we didn't pay for almost all of it. So
yeah, no, like the cage, the bar, all bought by the stream. So it's really nice.
Yeah, it is pretty nice.
yeah, we needed a new cage too. The old cage was you had it for how long?
The old cage. So I had it for like 6 years. But before that, dude, I think, I kid you not, I think it was there since like the 80s.
Yeah.
You know, like
So you got it from the high school you went to, right? So,
yeah. So the high school that's like down the street, I was on the wrestling team, and in the corner of all 4 years, there was this like white, shaky squat cage. And I was like, what is this? Because we used to just hang things on it. I'm like, oh, this is like a really intricate like towel dryer. You know, like, we'll just hang towels on there, or like singlets or wrestling shoes, or
because they were naked in the gym most of the time. So
we wrestled naked a lot. Yeah, we
just
believed
went full Greek on this
yeah,
one.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, we went full Greek on this one.
Old style Olympics.
Is that why they call it Grecian Roman wrestling?
It was. Yeah, the good old Greco-Roman days.
That's what it was, yeah.
The Greco-Roman days. Dude, it was Wild Wild West back then, dude. Like, just dick swinging, just trying to suplex people.
Yep.
I think
Oh, no.
it's already devolved horribly,
Yeah,
by
so
the
like,
way.
sorry, this podcast is ending now. So
Yeah, we're done.
It's like redo.
start over, yeah.
But yeah. So it was like this like really like crazy like old rusted white squat rack, and like once I graduated, I came back to coach wrestling, and I was like, hey, to the head coach or the athletic director at the time, and I was like, hey, we're not using this thing and it's getting in the way. I can get rid of it for us. And they're like, okay. I'm like, I have a truck. I'll just throw it away for you guys. I'll front the cost for gas. Mm-hmm. And they're like, okay. And I'm like, yoink. Yoink. Snatch that one up. And then I squatted with it for a good 7 years. It was awesome. Oh, yes. Got a lot of gains.
So we're thinking that squat rack was probably about 30 years old.
So. Oh yeah. If it was younger than 30, it looks like it's been abused.
It's like it's been taking like cocaine and stuff for like its entire life.
The cocaine.
The cocaine, yeah.
Oh, the dolphins dandruff, man. This shit's rough, dude.
I think our squats, our bench, everything is like never stronger because the fear of it shattering. So why we're on it. So
you needed to hit your lifts because you couldn't rack the weight.
Yeah.
That's good motivation right there.
It really
like
is.
Pull-ups. It's constantly shaking as you're doing a pull-up. Stabilize your muscles, never better. So
honestly, I've never looked better.
This new bar is not doing it.
Everything's stable.
It's stable. It's bolted into the floor now.
I know. What are we? We used to be average Joes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get that.
Slightly above average Joes now. So
slightly above. It's very slightly.
Slightly above. Oh man.
But yeah, that the leg press machine we got in here too. We got from work. So
yeah,
they work. They're just like. They told Joe, they're just like, yeah, I was like, we really need to get rid of this. No one's using it, and it's just kind of taking up space. It does take up a lot of space. So,
yeah, no, it's pretty big. It's pretty big.
But they told you, like, yeah, we'll give it to you for $300.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
You're like, sold.
$1,500 machine. And I was like, okay. And it was so funny because they're like, no one really uses this. And I was like, yeah, no one really uses this. They're like, we should get rid of this. I'm like, you should get rid of this.
Agree with me.
Was the guy from Lord of the Rings where he was corrupting the king?
Yeah.
What was this, like
Worm
snake?
tongue
Yeah, worm tongue. Yeah.
I was just watching this last night, so.
Dude, I was worm tongue. I
You
was
were
worm tonguing hard, bro.
Worm tonguing hard. I think that means something else.
Straight worm tonguing these fools, dude.
Gross.
I like that. That was funny. That was good. It was good family fun.
But yeah, they told us like you just have to take it out yourself and get rid of it by tomorrow, right? So
yeah, they gave me like a pretty strict deadline. It was about like 6:00 at night, and they're like, you have to get it out by tomorrow morning. I was like, oh shit, dude, I don't have a truck anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was planning on sleeping. I was like,
Yeah.
I had like plans, and they're like, you have to get it out. And I'm like, okay. Pulled some strings, showed up. I think at like 7:00 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. How long did it take you to take apart?
Oh, taking it apart was easy. That's like destroying things and taking things apart. Super easy. It probably took me like 10 minutes to disassemble everything. Another 10 to like haul everything out because it has a 500-pound weight tree on it.
Oh wow.
That was the hardest thing was moving the 500 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 500 pounds sucks, dude. Like especially when you're not warm. You're like zero pre-workout. Like it was horrific.
Yeah. I was working that day, so I didn't have to do it. But Wes and Joe did it in the morning, and then
Wes and I, yeah.
Was it you, Robles, and Wes who tried to put it back together?
Yeah.
After that, so
because then we came back to the house, we woke up Robes, and we're like, "Hey, yo, Robies," his name's Robies. We're like, "Robes, you got to come over here, help us out." And he showed up. He's like, "Do you guys take a picture of how it looked?" I was like, "Oh shit,
we should have done that,
dude." I'm like, "No, Wes and I remember how to do it." Wes and I did not remember how to do it. Oh my god! Like we set it up in the middle of the gym, and now it's in the corner of the gym, right? Which is like, I don't know,
not too bad,
like 6 feet away,
yeah,
right from the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That was the most, like, the hardest fucking thing to move a 500-pound plus machine 6 feet with 3 people. It was
because it's awkward and the weight's not even on all sides.
Yeah.
And, like,
it's like you lift up one end, the other end like dips, and you're like, this is terrible.
But probably took you guys like 8 hours to put back together. So
Well, it didn't help too that like halfway through we started drinking. Like, we gave up.
Like, this is never gonna happen.
This is stupid.
spent too much money on this. So.
Well, it's like worst case scenario too. I just sell this thing. I'll flip it for an easy $1,000. I'm like, that'd be
Right?
nice.
It's like, you just got to get out of our garage now. So we'll give it to you $500 less than it's worth to get it out of our garage.
What's that like? That old like story where it's like they have like the monkey's paw, where you have to like hand it to them. They have to willingly accept it, and they get the curse.
Oh yeah, that's the one with like the 3 wishes.
The
on
3
it, too.
wishes.
Oh
Oops,
god,
sorry.
that story's terrifying. So because every wish is like ruins their life. So
Yeah, it's like I would like to have all the money in the world.
oh yeah, it was like I want $25,000 because that's what they needed to like pay their bills on their house or whatever.
Yeah.
And their son dies in an accident at work,
and life insurance.
and they get the life insurance
Yeah.
for $25,000. So
So it's always like things you want, but they do like a weird twist on it. So that's like we would give them the curse of the hack squad.
That's pretty scary. Oh, wow.
yeah, I don't listen to that podcast anymore. I've gone through all the things that I want to listen to. On
The Myth and
the
Legends.
Myth and Legends podcast.
Have you seen that?
I've heard a couple. I heard like I think the Aladdin one, right?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
Aladdin one's pretty good. Yeah.
It's pretty
Very
weird.
different, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they take a very like interesting like take on all the like myths and legends.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite's like Jewish,
The
like
mud golems.
dude. I
Oh,
want to learn Kabbalah. It's like my only reason for transitioning.
Just like,
I just. But yeah, no, that's basically it as far as like the equipment goes. Like
Yeah.
dumbbells, that like I don't even know where we got that. I'm gonna be honest.
you don't even know where the lap machine came from anymore.
Things just show up here sometimes too. Like I kid you not, man. Like
It just appeared.
sometimes, like I showed up one day and there was like new kettlebells. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm like, who did that? No one claimed
nice.
it.
Yep.
No one was
wow.
like, I brought the kettlebells. I'm like, okay. Like I will take that.
Well, I guess I'm keeping it then.
Yoink.
Very nice. So then, what got you started, Ben?
What got me started into the Average Joe's?
Yeah, how did you get introduced?
I got introduced by meeting Joe at work. So we've known each other almost 3 years. 3 years now.
Oh
So-
wait, no, because I've been working there for 3 years now.
So
Because you knew me for about 3.5, almost 4.
almost 4 now. Wow, it's almost been 4.
Dude, I gotta quit that job.
And you do. We both do. We met at the physical therapy place that we work at. I was the lead trainer there. That I think that's the best way to describe it for anyone who doesn't know what we do. But if you're not familiar with physical therapy, there's like physical therapists, there's aides, there's physical therapy assistants. So the aides are in charge of like running exercises with patients, or making sure they're doing stretches correctly, making sure that they're going according to the PT's plan of care. So, so I was the lead aide at the time, and Joe was an intern starting out. So
Yeah, just wide-eyed.
wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, and ready to go and like conquer the world. So,
No, it's terrible.
so I was training him, but we didn't only really talked as far as like a job thing for the first probably few months or so.
Yeah.
We didn't really like hang out or do anything else at that time. And then like I think what got us started like hanging out more was we'd start talking about like Dragon Ball Z a lot. Or a lot of different animes that we would watch, and then it came up that you had a garage gym at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's like, I like Dragon Ball Z. You like Dragon Ball Z. I like lifting. You like lifting. Like, I'll come hang out with you guys.
It's a
So
match made in heaven.
I know, now I can't get rid of him,
No.
dude. It's like a vampire, dude. Invite him into my
I'm-
house.
You forgot to salt the door, Joe.
It's only for ghosts. Only salt works against vampires.
That was your mistake.
Like, dude, you gotta make a salt circle. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not making a steak, dude.
But yeah, I started coming over and pretty much lifting every night after work. It got to the point where like every night we would leave work and we'd come over here and lift and shoot the shit and lift weights. We were doing nothing was planned. We would lift whatever we felt like lifting at the time and listen to music or just watch some like weird YouTube videos or something like that. Yeah. So
a lot of it was like playing video games.
Yeah, a lot of it was playing video games too. It was playing Super Smash Brothers and me getting my ass kicked as usual. So
you got beat bad for like a year.
For like a year, I still get beat, but not as bad now. So I still haven't won. But yeah, I got started just kind of us hanging out for the most part. As far as like the average Joes and like the Twitch stuff, we started that like a year and a half ago.
Yes.
So it was like November of 2017. November 2017. Because we started the Instagram.
Yeah.
November of 2017, we started the Instagram. And we did it because we're like, we do stuff in here. We have, but we want free shit.
Yeah.
That's why we started. We wanted free supplements. We wanted...
It sounds kind of bad when you put it that way.
No, we originally started because we wanted to sell out and get free stuff. That was pretty much it. So
there was also like, we thought we were funny.
Yeah,
okay. Like
we laugh a lot in here. We're always telling jokes. Everyone's always busting up laughing in here. It's just like let's try to get some of that on Instagram and like become like famous through that. So
or like famous enough to get like a tub of pre-workout.
Yeah,
that's all we wanted.
We're just like, we don't have to pay for free workout. That's the dream, right?
Yeah, we made it. Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of how Average Joe's got started. I mean, the name Average Joe's has been around before I've been here, so Joe could probably tell a little bit more about that. So
yeah, like I guess the like Average Joe's name, right? Like that was like a long time ago. That was like back when I was in high school. So that was, that was like 15 years ago almost.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I lied.
I'm like, you're not that old.
Years ago.
Like, I'm that old. You're not that old.
Sorry, I thought I was living your life right now. It's like, I'm also Jewish with a beard.
What?
I'm Ben now.
Oh, you look like me now.
Mirroring your movements. But yeah, it's like that name just came about because like it was myself, it was Wes, another Average Joe's member, and then a guy named Arthur. Fuck Arthur.
Hashtag fuck Arthur.
Hashtag fuck Arthur. And a guy named Robles. Right, Robles was a linchpin, man. I miss Robes.
I miss Robes.
Yeah, I feel bad for that fire.
He died, man.
Yeah, 6 years ago.
Burned badly. Couldn't tell.
So that's a joke that we say. Like we always say like if someone doesn't show up somewhere or if like someone's not answering their phone, they're like, dude, where's Ben? Like, Ben died in that fire 3 years ago, dude. Get over it. There's going to be a day when someone actually does die in like a horrific like accident.
And it will be kind of funny still. So.
It would be so funny. Like, so like if Ben dies, like let's say in a car accident, right? And we're like, dude, I miss Ben. It's like, dude, Ben died 2 years ago in that car accident. Get over it. Yeah. Everyone will laugh.
Yeah.
100%. Like, don't get me wrong. You dying would be pretty upsetting.
Yeah. There'll be some laughter, maybe a little crying, but then back to laughter after that. So
I think that's how you would want it. Yeah, as you haunt the gym.
As I haunt the gym, it's like, lift more, pussy.
Do you hear that? Look, it's cold over here.
Yeah, it's like,
this orb of light. Yeah. Is that Ben?
Yeah, first off, with Robes, too, his name is actually Joe or Joseph.
Yeah.
But
he's Robes, though.
He's Robes.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Robes is his nickname. Yeah, like it's like a gross pronunciation of his last name.
Yeah. Robles is his last name, but Robes is just more fun to say. So
yeah, because I think it started off as Robles,
yeah.
And then we condensed it to Robes. And it's so funny because like now he has like a whole nother life where he's like he works at like a lab researching things for the brain, and we'll meet as friends and like. Like, dude, what up, Robes?
Smarter than us.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, way smarter than us. These nerds, right? Like, how much can they bench? I keep dropping things. I was like, yeah, so like we'll come up and we're like, dude, Robes, what's up, man? Hey, Robies, right? And they're like, who the fuck is Robes?
Because we'll keep hearing Joe, and Joe keeps turning around.
Yeah.
Like, what?
That's my name.
It's my name.
It's like, you're Robes.
Everyone else calls him Joe. So
I'm just saying, dude, I'm pro Robes. Okay. I'll never switch it.
yeah, I'm never changing it. He's always gonna be Robes. So
When I'm the you Googleizer at his funeral.
oh yeah, you googly.
Yeah, I'm doing the you googly. I'm gonna be like, dude, Robes was a good man. And I'm like, I'm gonna miss you, Robles. And then just hand on the coffin,
And
fade to
people are
black.
like, who are you?
His name is Jeremy. I'm like, it's not Robles' funeral.
His name is Robles, but it's not the same Robles.
Yeah, same different Robles. Dude, I don't know you, man. Sorry, got a whole tangent on Robles. Dude, Robles. What were we even talking about before that?
We're talking about how Average Joe started. So for
Oh.
you, the name.
Oh yeah. So there was like some of the core group members, right? And so like we were in wrestling, and we're like, dude, we need to get like strong as fuck because our wrestling coach didn't know how to program weight training. Like, I kid you not, here was a normal day, and this would be 5 days a week, and then on Saturdays we would always go to tournaments, and then also sometimes on Wednesdays we had like matches against other schools. But I kid you not, 5 days a week it started off like this. You'd get to practice. You would, check into the room. It's like, I don't know, like whenever last period starts, like 1:30, something like that, whatever. So 1:30, you're like, okay. He's like, okay, get your running shoes on. So we train shorts, shirt, running shoes, whatever, right? He's like, okay, go out to the track. We're like, okay, coach, how many laps do you want us to run? He's like, okay, you guys are gonna be doing 8 miles today. Like, 8 miles, dude. What the fuck? It's 32 laps. Yeah. Right? Yeah, 32 laps. That was some quick math right there.
Yeah, good job, man.
I want to say, yeah, I've been thinking about that one for a while now. Yeah, so 32 laps. And I was like, oh, crap. And he's like, yep. And you guys have to get under a 9-minute mile every time. He's like, dude, what the fuck? So it was just us.
Like sprinting for 8 miles.
Essentially sprinting for 8 miles. I kid you not, dude. And if you didn't hit like the lap time that he set for you, you'd have to run extra laps, right? So it's like, okay, you could like fat boy shuffle it and then run like an extra like 3 or 4 miles. Or you could actually try.
Yeah.
And do it in 8, right?
Surprised none of you got rhabdo or something like that. So,
dude, okay. So we would do that, right? It would take us, I don't know, dude. It would take us like over an hour to do because we'd also do like probably close to 2 hours to do, to be honest. Because we'd do like stretches and warm ups and like he'd do his speeches and then
Speeches.
Yeah, he had speeches, right? And then after we got off the track, he's like, okay, guys, the weight room is open because the football team would be done and. Wrestlers and football players, I guess, didn't get along at the time, and
because like who's the tougher like person? Probably
yeah.
that idea.
Well, it was like
an unending rivalry.
Yeah, well, it was always the thing where it's like, dude, wrestlers are gay. They like to touch each other's butts. Granted, touching butts was awesome, but it didn't make us gay. Okay, yeah. There's a lot of butt touching in wrestling. Playing a lot of tiddlywinks.
Just saying, football players, that quarterback puts his hands right under the groin of that center.
Dude, I'm just saying, I'm not okay. I actually don't want to get into that, but it's
checking people's oil, Joe. So
I checked a lot of oil, dude. Dude, I'm just saying, you put like a finger in someone's like taint, they're gonna move, dude. Like, I've never met someone that pushes back into it. I'm like, oh no. But so, anyways, yeah. After the track, right, we would go into the weight room, and then we would lift for an hour and a half, and it was usually things like we'd do like squats, which was cool. Then we'd do lunges, which was cool, and then we'd go back into power cleans, go back into deadlifts, and then finish with like bench. So we're like doing all these massive compound movements every fucking day.
After like running 8 miles a day.
Running 8 miles. So that would take us about an hour and a half. And like the reps and sets were like weird. It'd be like deadlifts, 3 sets of 15. And it's like, dude, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So you just sit there deadlifting. Or it'd be like odd numbers too. Mm-hmm. So it'd be like bench, 2 sets of 7. Like, what?
Yeah, like
whoa.
What am I doing here, coach? And then after that, we would go wrestle until about 7 o'clock at night. So it was about 3 hours of wrestling practice. So it'd be, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours of just everything, right?
No wonder you're a bad student, man. So.
Well, yeah, because like I would get home at like nighttime. And I'm like, dude, I want to go to bed. Like, because you have to shower too, so you don't get the worm. Yeah. And it's like, but anyway, so it's like we're like, dude, this guy doesn't know how to program weightlifting. He was a nice guy. He's probably the best coach I've ever had, but didn't know how to program weightlifting to save his life. And like running never transitioned into good cardio for wrestling. No, that was the thing I always argued.
It's all sprinting cardio for wrestling. So
well, not even that. It's like you sprint, you slow down a little bit, sprint, slow down a little. It's like you have to do like interval training if you're gonna do anything. But it's also like the best cardio for wrestling is wrestling.
Yeah,
makes like running never transitioned properly into me. I was like always told myself I was a first round wrestler, and like if I didn't beat you in the first round, you probably were gonna win the second. You know, like. But sorry. Anyways. Yeah. So. We're like, you know what? This guy doesn't know how to program. Let's start our own gym. I'm like, guys, I have like this little bench that like a former roommate left. And then we have like a curl bar and we got about 60 pounds of weight. That's all we need. So I kid you not, on this like shitty bench, we would lay down and we had like one light bulb like on a string, like swinging back and forth, like straight like old like style detective movies, you know? And just swinging back and forth. It was always swinging for some reason. And
it's just a gust of wind in the garage at all times.
There was always a gust of wind. Like, where's this draft coming from?
Can't find that hole.
There's always cigarette smoke in the air. We're like, what is happening? Where's Johnny Tight Lips? I don't know. But yeah, we would just lift. It'd be Wes, myself, and Robles, and we had this like little like patch of land where only one person could be there at the time. The other people either had to wait outside the garage or like huddle up against the wall. And we would just curl and bench, and we started like experimenting with things that would work for us. We started like, you know what? Like I get stronger when I work in a lower rep range. You're like, yeah, strength training.
Yeah,
it's like
basic strength training.
Yeah, it's like, dude, if I like play within like this 8 rep range, like my muscles are growing, like hypertrophy. Yeah. So it's like we were learning all these things like kind of on the fly, and no research was being done. It was just like total like
internet didn't exist back then, so
not that old.
In its infancy.
Well, it's like, it wasn't as accessible.
No.
Yeah, like
right.
Not like everyone. Yeah, like iPhones were just coming out at the time, and like
I didn't even have an iPhone.
I had a BlackBerry, an old BlackBerry.
I had no phone. So.
My first phone was like the Nokia like silver one that you could toss on the ground and it wouldn't break. So
yeah, no. It's weirdly enough, my parents didn't believe in like cell phones. They're like, you don't need a cell phone. They're like, because payphones were still a thing. Like there were payphones everywhere. There's no more payphones anywhere.
It's hard to find now.
In the middle of the desert, going to Vegas.
Oh,
maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
Dude, if you have to use a payphone in the middle of...
in the desert going to Vegas, you're probably going to die. So.
Yeah, no, I think they just put... That's a Mirage, dude. You saw Mirage.
Oh,
no. You were dying, bro.
So people plant there to steal your stuff when you try to use it, so...
Oh, shit. Like, when you go in there, like, they just roll up on a car and they just, like, murk you right there. Dude. Okay, we'll talk about our plans for robbing people.
We got plans now.
We got plans. But yeah, anyway, so like we started experimenting with things, and we're like, dude, we need a name for this gym. We need something catchy because our whole plan too is like, dude, we want to get more people to come here. Like we want to make it like a real gym, make some cash, you know. Like I want to buy some video games, right?
All of our plans come back to buying things. So.
Yeah, well, you know, that's life, dude. And could you grab me? No, like yeah. So we're like, we gotta come up with a cool name. So we're like, the Iron Gym. We're like, no, that's stupid. It's like, what about like the Galactic Gym? You know, we're like just trying to come up with like names, right? We're like, the Super Smash Gym. Okay, that's stupid. It's like, well, okay, guys. Like, no. It's like Wes is like, you know what? Let's go back. Like, what do we got here? We're like, oh, I think we're like average people. He's like, the average gym. And then Robles is like, what about Average Joe's? Because the movie just came out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's like,
Dodgeball, right?
Yeah, we're like, oh my god, Average Joe's. And we're like, that's how the name came to be. It was like a bunch of fucking hood rat kids, dude, just like trying to live in a garage just to like do something, you know, at night. And we're like, yeah, Average Joe's, that's sick. And then it kind of skyrocketed into what it is now, right?
Kept you guys off the streets, man. So.
Not really, dude. If anything, it made us more athletic on the streets.
We could run faster and get away.
You know? That was like during the height of my skateboarding. There we go. Sorry, guys.
Drinking a Bang.
Dude, you know what you need to do? You gotta get sponsored by Bang. That's where the money's at.
Oh yeah.
That's true. We got a couple sponsors, but nothing. We're getting free stuff out of it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, it's like
I like the sponsors we have though.
dude, the sponsors we have are sick. Do you mind if we plug our sponsors?
Yeah, go ahead.
One of our sponsors that we were trying to get sponsored with for a long time. That was like one of the first things we wanted to get sponsored by was this company was Flex Comics Tough and Tiny. Because we're nerds. We talked about, like Joe and I like watching anime and cartoons. Wes is a big Pokemon fan, and Robles has tattoos of like C-3PO and shit on his legs. So
and Bear, we haven't really talked about Bear. Bear's another Average Joe's member.
Yeah, Bear's another.
He's not that nerdy, but he deals with it.
He's a closet nerd. He won't admit it. So
he's closeted.
But yeah, it's just nerdy like workout tank tops. So like the first ones we had were Pokemon tank tops that instead of saying like Charmander, it says Swolemander on it. So it's a Charmander holding a dumbbell on it.
That's pretty awesome.
It's awesome.
So we're like, we have to get sponsored by this company. So we finally got big enough to the point where they finally like, hey, we'll sponsor you guys now. So
we're like, hi. No, because we were bugging them.
We were bugging them for like a solid year before they like broke down.
Yeah, we wore them down.
We wore them down. So
notice me.
No.
It's a war of attrition right there, dude. We had numbers. No, honestly, like that's how it was. Like we would just like tag them because we owned a lot of their stuff already.
Yeah.
Right.
So it seemed like, like it was like a good move for them to like hook up with us, but. We just had a lot of their stuff, so every time we did a post, we would tag them, we like shout them out on our Twitch, shout them out on our Insta, Twitter, and we're like telling people like, dude,
like buy this stuff.
Yeah, like head over there and like in the comment box say you heard about this from Average Joe. So our viewers were buying their clothing and saying, Average Joe sent me Average Joe. So it's like after a while, it's like, dude, Average Joe's they're pretty legit. Not that legit.
Suckers.
Suckers.
Well, yeah, we were affiliated with them for a while. Like a solid 6 months before they sponsored us. So
roughly, yeah.
And that's how it kind of came to be because we're like keep anytime you buy something from them, keep commenting, let them know where you came from, and I think that just finally it just hit them. So we got to meet the guy for the first time in January, so not too long ago, a couple months ago. So
holy shit, yeah, January, yeah.
We got to meet him. We got to talk to him for a little bit. He was busy, but we got to talk to him for a little bit.
Yeah, the guy was massive,
the guy's
dude.
huge.
He was like three of us.
All the people we're looking at the people that are all
so annoying.
The other people that are sponsored by them. We're all on Facebook, and that's how we message back and forth with them is through Facebook. Because I don't know why, and not Instagram. I think it's just easier to message multiple of us on Facebook.
I think it's also
Messenger, right?
Yeah, Messenger. Yeah.
That's definitely easier.
So all the people on their team are huge.
They're massive.
It
doesn't make sense.
They're all big, they look like powerlifters or bodybuilders. Even the women on there are
women are bigger than us.
The women are bigger than we are. So.
Which is it's fine, but it's like, what do we bring to the team?
I'm just we're the smallest people on this team, so
also the funniest.
We're the funniest, though.
Yeah, I will say we're the funniest. Yeah. I think funny people always say that they're funny, right?
I have great personality.
Said no one with a great personality. Dude, did I ever tell you that story of when I was working with a patient and little girl, right? Yeah, I think it was little girl. And I don't work well with kids. I just can't relate to them.
Yeah.
And it's it's hard for me to start a conversation with them. I work really well with geriatrics. The older population, dude,
they're so much fun to work with.
Ooh, dude, I fuck heavy with Mary Lou, right?
Not like that, but anyway.
Okay. Be clear.
I like to hang out with Mary Lou. But yeah, with kids, it's always I'm like, what are we talking Fortnite? And
do you weird dances?
Yeah, I'm like, do you know what flossing is? That's actually a good starter on get them to talk. But anyways. So, I'm trying to get this girl to talk. She's just not having any of it. She's, fucking just glaring at me. She's like, dude, I don't want to hang out with you. And I'm like, I don't even want to hang out with you either. I'm like, you suck, right? You're a shit kid, dude. That's why you're here hanging out with me.
What do you say to all 5-year-olds?
Yeah, she was 9, but you know.
Yeah, she had to be like 9 or something like that. She was super young. Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
Yeah. Like I was like tripping her as she was walking. Like, no.
Just a broken leg she's coming in for therapy.
Yeah, I don't even remember what she was coming in, but it doesn't matter. So I'm like trying to get her to talk, and one of the aides walks by and they say something, and I'm like, I'm really cool. And she's like, cool people don't say that. And I'm like, fuck. And I was like,
damn, you got me.
I was like, 9-year-old got you.
I was like, 9-year-old. Now I say it all the time. I'm like, yeah, cool people don't say that. Like, it's probably the coolest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I heard it from a 9-year-old. Fucking asshole, dude. I was like, she's savage though. Like, she's probably gonna be running the country in another 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, easy, dude.
No.
Or she's gonna be a dictator.
That's probably
one of those.
More likely to happen.
Yeah.
My niece looks like she's gonna be like evil. I'm not kidding. She's adorable, but she knows she can get away with anything. So
that's a big power for. How old is she?
She's gonna be 3 here, so
she already knows that.
She already knows that she can get away with anything. Like maybe not with my sister, her mom. So like she like can't get away with the grandparents, with like me, with other people, random people. She knows that they will give her anything. So
that's true. If she asked for like anything, I would be like, yeah, we'll go get you that.
But like we're playing a game, I'm like, oh look, the claw or whatever. Remember like liar liar? They're playing the claw or whatever. So and I'm like, it's gonna get you. She's like, no, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna get me. And she just smiles and pushes the hand to my face, like this evil like smiles like. Yes. I'm just like, who are you?
That's awesome. She's like, good. Get him, Claw.
Claw, get him. So little girls are evil. That's my take from these stories.
Dude, that's like a primal thing, man. Like if you think about it in the wild, she was surviving.
She would survive, yes.
Yeah, she's like, I gotta, get the claw like satiated.
Yeah.
So we can get away.
Yep.
You were the fucking feeder fish, dude.
I'm the feeder fish.
She's the alpha.
She made the alpha decision.
Yeah, she said, die.
No, I expect you to die, Mr. Ben. Whoa. I didn't even know you could speak.
Didn't see that one coming.
She speaks pretty well, so.
Wait, when can kids speak?
It depends. I mean, they kind of start like learning to talk a little bit around 1 usually. So, like she probably started like kind of messing around with words around like 10 months, 9 months or something like that.
That's crazy, dude.
But
kids are weird, dude.
Yeah, but full sentences like actually can have a conversation with you probably not till like 2 usually. So. And like it's still a broken conversation. It's like speaking to someone at the therapy clinic with broken English. It's kind of like that almost. So
I like that you compared someone with broken English to your 3-year-old niece.
Yeah,
same thing, right?
Yeah, you're about
or like you trying to speak broken Spanish to patients. So
first off, my broken Spanish is phenomenal. Dude, my Spanish is so good at the clinic. Like, dude, I say some shit, dude. Like, dude. Oh, like I open too with like a strong like, hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Joseph, and they're like, holy shit, this guy speaks Spanish. Little do they know,
he speaks no Spanish.
I speak no Spanish. And I'm like,
zero.
I'm like, sígueme por favor, and they're like, oh shit, and I'm like, and then I just fucking ride that, dude. Like it's like a roller coaster, and I'm like at the top, and I'm just plummet down, and they're having a good time the entire time. I'm like, yeah, 2 veces por 5 segundos. And they're like, dude, what's up? And I'm like,
nice.
Where are you feeling dolor? Más o menos.
Yeah. I'm like, sí sé claro, no sé claro. Then sometimes I throw in some things, they'll ask me, right? They're like, because it'll be right after lunchtime, usually my Spanish-speaking patients. They're like, what'd you eat? I'm like, a la lechuga. Zanahorias, because that's the only food I know how to say. It's lettuce and carrots.
You're like, eat this food a lot.
All I eat is lettuce and carrots.
You must be starving.
Need some protein.
I know. And then carne. So I do say meat, but usually it's lettuce and carrots. And I don't know why I remember those 2 vegetables, but it's like I memorize phrases and words, and I just go from there. It's terrible.
Oh, wow.
Dude, we went on some mean tangents.
So if you ever, if you want to see the Average Joes on Twitch, @AverageJoes_OC on Twitch, that's pretty much how we talk when we stream. So it's tangents all the time. We have an idea what we're saying, most of the time. Go with it. But it never stays out. There was a time when we first started that we tried to have talking points when we started. So whether it was workout or physical therapy or even just like gaming or like nerdy shit, we wanted talking points, or like, because a lot of the people on Twitch, at least like the good streamers, they have a lot of talking points that they go through and whatnot.
They have a lot of good things that they say.
But every time we tried to do it, people would bring it off onto a tangent and do something completely different. So all of our followers do not let us stay on topic. It's impossible. So so we're just gonna have to ride this. Yeah. And
we got a plan. No, we don't.
No, this is like it's like we are gonna be the stream where you can literally just shoot the shit with us, because that's the only thing people like.
It's the only thing we can do too.
It's the only thing we can do. So
you just hang out, dude. That's all we do.
So it's like our stream, because we have a lot of physical therapy knowledge between it. So like Joe and myself combined have been working in physical therapy for probably about 9-10 years almost now. So
yeah, and we bring on a lot of guests too for like physical therapy, so it's like it gets supplemented.
That's good. So you guys are pretty smart yourselves. You both got degrees, right?
Man, that degree needs to get out of here, dude. God, I hate that fucking degree.
Yeah.
Dude, real talk though, if I could go back, I would not do that degree.
No, I would pick something. No, I would probably do kinesiology, but I would be pushing like for physical therapy hard right at the beginning, and I would be a lot further along than I am right now. So,
well, that's true, right? I guess
because I would still do physical therapy. Yeah. I think I would still do. I like doing it. I like working with people. Mm-hmm. I like the idea of helping people. That's the idea of when I was looking for jobs when I first started college. I'm like, I want to be able to help people. Yeah. And I started in business and marketing because I thought I could help people and still have fun and like make a good amount of money doing it. Mm-hmm. I fucking hated those classes, and I hated the people that I was in class with. I'm like, you people are a piece of shit just trying to get ahead right now. I mean, granted, it's just like, you should be able to want to get ahead, but just like it was cutthroat in college. I'm like, this is going to be exactly how it is in the workforce too. So
too much stress, man.
It's a lot of stress, and I didn't feel like anyone was really out to help people. I'm like, if I'm not helping someone, it's like I don't want to do it. So I switched over to kinesiology probably my third year. So I'm like 3 years into business at this point, and I'm just like, time to switch over. It took me another 2.5 years before I graduated after that. So.
That's actually pretty good, though.
I was taking a lot of classes to get through 2.5 years. So
I've met people who stayed at JC's for like 6 years.
Yeah.
I stayed at like for 4 years. I was like, oh, holy crap.
Well, it's like my idea was like I knew I wanted to transfer to a college, and I knew I didn't want to stay in junior college, and I knew I just had to I needed to pick something and just go with it. So that was with junior college. I stuck with business, and I'm like, that's what I'm going with, and I'm not changing it. I'm just going to do it because I don't want to be stuck at junior college. I knew that in my head. I'm like, I'm not going to be stuck at junior college.
Just going to grind it out.
Yeah. So like, I don't think because I did that, I got to a 4-year in 3 years. So it still took me 3 years before I got to a 4-year, right? But
that's pretty good though.
Because like I'm taking 12 units a semester, but you need to take like 15 to get out in 2 years. It's like
because you got to take way over full time.
Yeah,
right?
you got to take way over full time, and I couldn't work, make money, and like go to school and do that.
No, dude, the whole model for that is so weird. Because like one, if you don't have scholarships or grants, dude, it's like borderline impossible to go to school.
You're paying so much money.
Yeah, I don't know how people do it, dude. Like I have scholarships and grants just because of like the ethnicity, you know, like just because my dad happens to be an immigrant, right?
Yeah,
that's the only reason I get like scholarships and stuff. Which it's nice. Yeah, you got to use it all. But it's like I don't know how people do it, dude. Yeah, it's so impossible.
Yeah, grant and scholarship money is how I got through school as well. So, but yeah, it's like it took 3 years just to get out of junior college, and that was me taking 12 units every single semester, never less than 12 units. So it took me 3 years to get through. And I think because I pushed so hard through, I never really took the time to figure out if this is what I actually wanted to do. Yeah. Because I'm just like, I have to get to a 4-year, and that's what I have to do. So like some people would take the long road around in college and junior college. It's like, it sucks because you're paying a lot of money and you're just trying to figure things out. Yeah. and like you're gonna take forever in college, but you're probably more likely to figure out what you wanted to do. So
Yeah, 'cause you were in school for a long time. You're in school still.
I'm still in school. I'm 30 years old, going on 31 here. I'm still in school. So
Yeah.
it's because I just now as an adult figured out what I wanted to do. So
But yeah, you got that beautiful master's degree.
my beautiful master's degree has done me nothing so far. I'm still making shit money right now.
Looks good on paper.
It looks great on paper. I'm
Phenomenal.
I'm thinking maybe when I get my job as a PT assistant, I'll be like, yeah, I got my associates for PT assistant, but I also have this master's degree in kinesiology right here, so you should probably up my pay a little bit.
Yeah, I'm
so,
gonna need
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna run this bitch. No, but like honestly though, like the kines degree is cool and all.
Yeah.
It's probably some of the funnest times I
I
had
had
was
some of the best times in class.
it was
Yeah.
so fun. But in all honesty, my degree means
It
nothing
means
because someone
shit. Yeah.
could go online, and learn everything. That's a given for every
Yeah.
degree.
Yeah.
But someone could go online, get a certification from like an online school or what have you.
NASM or something.
Yeah,
like
from
that.
like NASM, and it'd be basically the equivalent of my degree. Where it's like if we both apply for a job, they're gonna look at it and be like, okay, well this guy has a college degree, but this guy, he has a certification. He's been working for a year. It's about the same.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
it's really bad, dude. And it's the jobs that are available to people with kines degrees. They don't really tell you about until you graduate. And
It's mostly personal training.
it's
So.
personal training.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was doing personal training before.
Before I got the degree, so
I'm like, why do I need the degree now? It doesn't make sense. It's only a stepping stone degree.
yeah. If you're gonna take kinesiology, like sports science is one of the ways to go. So stuff where there's a little bit more physics and math involved, where you
Yeah.
can sit and actually do some research stuff.
Yeah.
That's a better way to do it. So the people who are in the sports science classes were always way smarter than me, and I really sucked at those math classes and those physics classes, so I knew I couldn't do that stuff. But yeah, they're the ones who are doing like the research studies and actually doing like fun things and like whatnot, whereas like someone like me who's sports psych, which is just such a small like place to do like work. It's like it's relatively new. It's only been around for like 30 years or something like that. So it's growing, but it's still
it's
so
essentially
tiny.
you.
Yeah. So
It's such a neat.
it's such
degree.
a niche. And
Yeah.
like I learned this
Yeah.
when I'm getting my master's degree for it, that the teachers that are doing it, they're usually doing the actual like training with people, and then they're usually teaching, and then they're usually researching all at the same time.
Yeah.
They're usually doing all three of those things at the same time, and I'm like, I don't want to teach,
Yeah.
and I don't want to do research. And so like the only thing I could do is the consulting. But
Mm-hmm.
unless you're working for a professional team or a school, it's like you're not making any money doing it. So
No.
it's like I want to love what I do, but I want to make enough money to survive, and like that wasn't going to cut it. So
Fuck, man. No, it's rough, dude. It's rough. Like, college is such a scam.
I agree.
Like, it's the one thing where I'm like, I keep on going to, and I'm like, dude, I think I'm getting ripped off.
Yeah,
And I keep on going
keep
back.
going back and spending money, man. So
Dude, like
You're
the
getting ripped out. Here's my money.
yeah, I'm always jealous of the people with the more entrepreneurial like brain
Yeah.
and like stuff like that,
Yeah.
where they're just like, I don't need this. I don't need this piece of paper. I know how I can do this and how I can go about this. They might fail for a while at it, but they
jealous
eventually
as fuck, dude.
they eventually
Bill
like
Gates of
I
the world.
don't
Yeah.
I don't have the brain for that. It's just like, oh, anyone could do it. Yeah, I think anyone could do it, but some people just have a better brain for it, and I don't have that. So
You have a good brain.
I have a
Ben.
good brain.
you have a
so-
good, you have a fine brain, Ben.
like, would I start and do everything over again? No, just because like I've talked to Joe about this before. Like, would I start over and do it again? Like, no, because I wouldn't have the same friends I do now. I wouldn't be with
have
my
better friends.
better versions of you. So
Honestly, dude, like instead of me, there'd be like some dude named Mo.
Mo
And he's like,
Mo and Mess. And,
yeah. And then what bears like Panda?
Panda.
He's a giant Asian dude that's like
and
doctorate in
I'd still
computer
have
science.
robes. Somehow I'd still have robes.
Robes
So-
would still be. He's universal. He transcends all social groups.
but I probably wouldn't be like dating Kat, who I'm with right now, just because I never would have met her like through everything. So it's like people say like, oh, I would go and change things, but if you like the people that you're around, even if you're not doing well, it's just like none of that happens if like some things change. So
Yeah, you got the whole like butterfly effect, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like if you step on like a plant, your parents were never born,
Yeah,
right? Like,
Oh yeah.
no, but like I always talk to Ben about this, right? Like, and I always like tell kids too that I work with. I'm just like, dude, like try in high school.
Yeah.
I'm like, trying in high school is like literally the most important thing. I'm like, if you do solid in high school, like everything else in life is like fairly easy.
Yeah.
Easier, I should say. But it's like, dude, I coasted like a month. I didn't even go to my first period for like 2 years.
Right.
How you graduated, I don't even know, man.
Dude, so my school was weird, man. Like, so like, my senior year, all the grades are coming out. And I'm like, dude, I don't think I'm gonna graduate. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, firstborn. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna graduate high school. I'm like, that's kind of rough. I'm like, and my parents don't know, right? Because I haven't told them anything. 'Cause I'm fucking,
They're not getting the grades coming in or anything like that?
no, what? Okay, first of all, my school didn't send report cards home. Okay, we just like, it's like the honor system. I think they also didn't have money to print them, right? And my school wasn't that good, yeah.
School's in the ghetto, so it's like.
It wasn't even the ghetto.
No,
It's just
it's
no one
like-
cares.
It's actually a nice part of like Orange County, so like at least that like small area around it. So.
Yeah, no, it's like a great area. It's next to a college.
Yeah.
It's just the people who work at the school just didn't care. So they're like I kid you not, dude. Like, sorry, to hold another tangent, but I remember talking to my counselor, and I was rocking like a solid like 1.8 GPA. Like,
It's like you're not even allowed to play sports at that point. So
I know, and I did play sports too, so no one cared.
care.
Yeah, no one cared, right? And I go up to my counselor, and she's like, because I have to talk to her, right? Because it's mandatory if you're under like a 2.0 GPA.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, what's up? And she's like, what's your name? I'm like, we have an appointment at 2:00. Like, you should know who I am. Like, there's no one in the waiting room. You're expecting me.
Yeah.
And I was like, hi, my name's Joseph. And she's like, Joseph. She looks through like papers, dude, for like 5 minutes. Like, Joseph. What are we in here for? I'm like, bitch. I'm like, you have all this written down.
They must have been like just coasting, getting like money just being in this school,
Dude,
man.
no,
So,
dude, we're a bunch of coasters there, dude. Put us on the table, like that's why I always put coasters on the table, man, because that's someone right there,
this was me, man.
That was me. Like I know it, dude. But yeah, so I'm like, hey, I'm thinking about going to college, and she's like, you probably shouldn't go to college. I forgot how she said it, but she said something like that, like, yeah, you shouldn't do that. And I was like, oh. Like, should I, like, try, like, go to community college? She's like, you're not going to get accepted if you go to community college. And I was like, little did I know, everyone
gets accepted to
Yeah.
community
gets
Everybody.
excited. Yeah, accepted. So
It's
I'm like,
really hard not to get in community
You
college.
can go there even if you don't have a degree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
right, yeah,
You don't
like,
have a
don't
high
even
school
have to have a
diploma,
high
you can
school
just go.
diploma. You can still go to classes.
I've never heard of anyone getting denied to community college. Like,
Yeah.
like, I think of, like, maybe if you have, like, felonies and warrants out for your arrest,
Yeah, maybe.
Like, I don't even know.
Maybe if you have to introduce yourself in the neighborhood when you come in. So.
right?
Because he's a pedophile. A sex offender.
Oh, that's where you went with it. Oh God! I thought I was new to the area. I didn't have an address.
If you're a sex offender, you literally have to go house to house. And
Oh
tell
my
people that you're a
God.
Sex offender. So
Freaking call me a sex offender. I was like, oh yeah, maybe if I'm like new to the area, I don't have like a permanent address right now. Like couch surfing, I'm like, maybe, yeah. Fucking asshole. But yeah, so I'm like, well, what should I do? She's like, you probably should join the military. And I'm like, okay. Sat down with someone from, I think it was from the Army or something like that. And they're like talking to him, and I'm like, yeah, like, I don't really want to join the Army, but like my counselor's saying that's my only option. And the guy's like, dude, like, you should try to go to college. And I was like,
at least they steered you straight.
yeah, I don't think they wanted me, man.
They're like, nah.
Like,
Yeah.
This is the guy's a coaster.
Well, it's also I had like I have terrible vision. So I was telling him about that. Like if I don't wear contacts or glasses, like I can't see like 6 feet in front of me.
Oh.
Like it's really bad. Like up close to some of the best eyes you've ever seen. Right?
Now, has it always been like that for you, or is like something happened like teenagers, you got smacked in the head in wrestling? Or
I don't
something
know.
Like that?
No.
Horrible
like-
accident.
Well, no, I always had like I always remember having bad vision, even like in elementary school, because I would always sit at the front of the room because like I'm like
Couldn't see, yeah.
I couldn't see, and I'm like, dude, how the fuck do those people in the back see the board?
Yeah.
I never knew I had vision problems.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Your teacher thought you were the best student ever.
I know, like, well, it's like I got really good at listening, so it's like I'm able to like listen and write down notes and like not have to look up because I had like 10 years of practice of it. But yeah, it's just always had bad vision. But anyways, yeah. So the Army guy, he's just like, yeah, dude, you should try college. And I was like, well, you know, I don't have like that good of a GPA. He's like, dude, go to community college. I'm like, oh, she said I want to get in. He's like, don't listen to her. Apply to Santiago, which is the local community college here.
Right.
And I was like, okay, well, I'll try it. I'll try it. Ended up barely passing high school, right? Because one of my teachers, she was brand new. And I was just like, hey, I fucking conned her, dude. I conned her so hard. It was my econ class, or yeah, I think it was econ. I don't even, dude, till this day, I don't know what I did in econ. But I go up to her and I'm like, hey, you know, like it says that I have an F because I needed to get a D, I think, to pass. Or it's D's, right? D's get degrees. Yeah. You know, like I had an F and I was like, hey, it says that I have an F, like on my report card. Is there an error? I'm like totally conning her. I'm like, like saying like, what? This is like not normal. She's like, Joseph, F. And she's like, that doesn't sound right, huh? I'm like, it doesn't sound right.
You conned your way to graduate, man. So.
And I was like, it doesn't sound right, huh? And she's like, yeah. I was like, you know, because I handed in that paper. Did you get that paper that I handed in? I didn't hand it in, dude. I was like sleeping. And she's like, you know, I remember grading like something like that. You know, what grade you got? I was like, oh, I got a B.
You know, if you're gonna bullshit, you can't say A, man.
Can't say A. C's not gonna help you. D, like why even say D?
Yeah.
Like I'm not even gonna talk to you if I got a D. But I was like, yeah, you know, I got a B. B as in boy. And she's like, yeah, B. Oh, you know, that bumps you up to a 65%, which is a D.
Yeah.
I was like, score. And I left and I graduated high school. It was awesome.
Thank God you're a good student now. So.
Oh yeah, I'm a phenomenal student now. Like, I have like, well, actually right now it's not doing so hot, but I got like a 3.5 GPA, so it's like, yeah.
Yeah, college professors aren't gonna take that crap. Like, I got a D. Can you bump it? No. Oh no.
Dude, I don't know, man. Sometimes
unless you're hot and willing to do things. So.
Maybe I won't go into that story then.
Yeah, but my advice to anyone like with college, because like Joe and I said, we think college for the most part, and like we want to do physical therapy, so we're kind of forced to go through college because you can't not go through college and do physical therapy.
Right.
It's kind of a scam.
It's a scam, man.
I would tell anyone who's coming out of high school, take a year or two off after high school and just work and travel. Figure out a way to work and travel, and do that before you go back to college. I'm like, and then while you're working and traveling, try to start like writing things down and figure out what you want to do.
Yep.
That way you don't start spending money right away and just like kind of just coasting through college type of thing. So. Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like, it's one of those things where it's like you make a list. You're like, can I do what I want without a college degrry? Yes. Okay. Don't go get a college degree.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like college was some of the best times like I've ever had. But if my job didn't require me to go to college, I wouldn't have gone to college. It's like, it's a huge waste of money. And like the shit that I'm learning right now, like, yeah, it's cool. It's like good talking points. I'm not using it. I'm not using like 80% of it.
80% of what you learn in college you don't use. Like, I didn't need to learn business calculus. I didn't need to learn, astronomy and like all that shit. So
I'm learning physics right now for magnetism. How does that help with physical therapy?
Yeah.
I'm not using magnets.
I don't know. Some machine in the future might come out.
I'll learn that in the future. That's for future Joe to deal with. That guy can handle anything.
That's the other thing. It's just like work on the job experience with anything is so much better than school, because you're gonna learn it because you're doing it all the time. I've learned more working in physical therapy as an aide, not even as a physical therapist, as an aide than I did most of my time in school.
Oh yeah.
Constantly using it and having to apply it. So
no, honestly, like, and even when it came to like anatomy, like I had to take essentially a year of anatomy, right? And I learned anatomy better, faster, and I'm able to like, I don't want to say regurgitate, but recall it a lot better now because of my job. Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the vastus lateralis over there. Dude, when I was in school, I'm like, I don't know where that is. Is that your fucking foot? Yeah. Like, it's like, I think that's a valve in your heart, dude. The vastus lateralis.
It's your lateral quad muscle.
Where is your tibia located?
It's like your face or something like that.
I don't know, dude. It's like the bridge of your nose or some shit. I don't know.
But yeah, it's like, honestly, it's like, if I absolutely had to start over again, it's like, I probably wouldn't have gone to college right away. I probably would have, because I've done a little bit of traveling. Joe's been a little bit luckier, and he's got to do quite a bit of traveling.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a very little, but like not as much as I wanted to. So
Yeah, Twitch has been nice to me, man.
wait, that's where the money's going?
Dude, we're in the red, man. I've been going on a lot of trips. Yeah, no, I've been definitely lucky. Traveling around the world. You know, a lot of it has to do too, like, you know, my girlfriend's like awesome. She's like really good with like planning trips, planning money, saving up money. So she's like, yeah, we're going to Japan this year. I'm like, oh, sweet, we're going to Japan. I'm like, I get tagged along because I'm like her child at this point. She can't leave me at home by myself.
He won't feed himself.
Yeah, I'll die. I'm like a plant, dude. You gotta water me. So bad. Dude, what were we talking about before all these tangents?
Jonathan was talking about, getting us, what was our college degrees, and we started talking about college and like whatnot.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, dude, fuck, man. Ended on a plant. Okay.
Yeah, but like you guys can apply your stuff when you do the stream, so you're not just like saying some bullshit or anything.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. But you guys actually know some stuff, like from experience, from school, and you can apply that and hopefully give good advice to people who ask questions.
We try the best we can.
And like we always have this like thing too on stream where it's like if someone asks us a question, we're like, hey, this is what we know to be true. This is what we believe, or this is what, according to this study that we read.
Yeah.
But it's like if we don't know information,
we tell people.
We tell them straight out, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I don't gain anything from lying to you.
It's not like they're like, we gave them the information. They're like, oh, here's $20 or something like that.
Which would be awesome. I'd probably lie a lot more.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
$100.
No, but yeah, like sometimes people will come in and they'll ask us physical therapy questions. I'm like, dude, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. It could be anything. It's like, I don't know. I'm not going to give you the information. Like, if you want, here's like some websites that you can go read about. But I personally don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
They're like, yeah, why does my arm hurt when I externally rotate it, and it doesn't hurt when I'm bringing my arm down into internal rotation or something like that? Or like, we go through the steps. Usually is like, okay, how'd you hurt it? Like, what motions can you not do? Like,
where does it hurt?
Where does it hurt?
Yeah, that was a good one.
We listen to them and we try to like evaluate as best we can. But as soon as we realize it's beyond our like knowledge level, we just tell them like, hey, like, this is what, like, based on what you say, this is what it might be, but we can't tell you for sure. It's like, you should probably either look this up or go talk to an actual therapist. So
yeah, go to your general practitioner.
Yeah.
That's even a rule too in the clinics. Like sometimes people will come up to me and they'll name this disease where I'm like, did you make that up? And I'm like, I have to look it up, and I'm like,
small dickulitis. So
where do you go small dick? That's what I'm sensitive about.
At least make it technical. Yeah. Microdiculitis. Okay, I like that. Got microdiculitis over here.
So like, yeah, a patient will say that, right? And it'll be like a female. So I'm like, I'm like, that's
weird.
I'm like, that can't be right.
Why are you asking about that?
So it's like, and I'll tell them, I'm like, hey, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not about to give advice on something I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, go talk to your doctor. I'm like, I am not a doctor. I'm very far.
Wrong form of medicine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or like patients will sometimes get mad at us. They're like, yeah, I heard about this new technique where it combines, fucking magnets, right? Or, some shit, right?
Magnets and like, I've heard one with like red light.
Yeah.
Have you heard that one?
The red light one, yeah.
The red light one, yeah.
Yeah, there's like legit stuff that are coming out like that. And they're like, what do you think about it? I'm like, you're the first person to tell me this. They're like, how come you don't know about it? Like, I'm not reading like cutting edge technology all the time. Like, I have a life outside of this. Like doing other things.
Yeah. Like, I sleep a lot.
Not even. I wish. I had to wake up early today.
3 hours. 11 o'clock. Oh god.
11 in the afternoon.
In the morning on
11
a
in the morning. Yeah. On a Sunday.
On a
I know.
Sunday. How dare! This is God's day.
When's the Sabbath, by the way?
Is it Saturday?
Is it Saturday?
It's technically Friday night going into Saturday.
Is Saturday sábado in Spanish?
Yeah. Saturday, yeah.
It is, yeah.
Sábado.
Yeah. So it's probably
same term.
Yeah, it all combines.
Yeah. Which is weird considering that like Latin or Spanish came from more like of a Catholic background, and that wasn't the same for them.
Is Catholic not the same? When's the Catholic Sabbath?
It's Sunday. So it's like Christian,
okay.
Catholics, all Sundays. So.
Yeah.
So which is kind of strange, right? So.
Yeah, Ben's my religious guy. So
I know I'm the religious guy. I get these questions. Half the time I don't. I'm just talking out of my ass. So.
Wait, what?
I mean, what?
Whoops.
I'm talking to you about blood golems and
I said you just
Kabbalah.
You just gotta keep putting more blood in that vial, Joe. Just keep
Like, I have like 2 gallons worth of blood. What am I supposed to do with
selling it.
Dude, I keep getting hit up by the Red Cross though. They literally keep messaging me. They're like,
Joe's got the blood people want. So
I don't know if it's the blood people want or the people need.
AB, right?
I'm AB positive.
Yeah,
I'm the selfish blood.
The universal blood?
No, that's the one where I can only give my blood to AB positive people.
So it's like it's rare, so they need it. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if because I think an AB positive person can take an A blood, right?
Yeah, and I know I'm O positive, so I'm like a universal donor. So
yeah, you're the donor. I'm the taker.
yeah, you're the taker.
That was.
You're universal taker, I think.
Yeah.
So.
You can take any blood.
I think so, right? Yeah. But they always hit me up. They're like, dude, you got like blood. Like, go and save Mary Lou. Right? They always give me people's names, right? They're like,
that's against HIPAA, but So
I mean, like, they don't give me like their address and like they're just like, here's little Katie. She needs blood. And I was like, oh fuck. I'm like, little Katie needs blood. But like, so I've been out of the country a lot, right? And there's all these like weird rules every time you go out of the country.
Right.
Like last time I was in Brazil, I was like, hey, I'm here to donate blood when I came back, right? They're like, you can't donate blood. I'm like, why? Like, you guys want my blood? I'm like, it's full of pre-workout and like I work out a lot,
A lot of caffeine is gonna help them.
If my blood goes to like a cancer patient, it's either gonna speed up the tumors
or it's gonna destroy the tumors.
or it's gonna destroy the tumors. And I like that 50-50.
50 odds right there.
I think the 50-50 is solid, dude. Like, when it comes to medicine, 50-50, like, come on. Maybe my blood is like the Lazarus pit, dude. Like, maybe it's like...
Batman's heading over there or something.
I'm just saying, bro. It's never been tested.
Yep.
Like, there's no studies done. I got Lazarus pit blood. Okay, $1 million idea. Lazarus pit pre-workout name. We're going to come up with that.
Sounds good.
Oh, pre-workout? That's actually genius.
Yeah, right?
Why have no one come up like it? Okay. Jonathan, you're not allowed to put this podcast out yet.
Yeah, we have to create this Dude, we can create pre-workout. It's super easy. We used to do that. We used to make pre-workout.
Just mix stuff?
Honestly, yeah.
It tastes good, so...
Yeah, there was no science behind it. Like, we got we got a bag of arginine and a bag of citrulline, and there's beta-alanine and caffeine. We're like, mix them together. You just literally like handfuls. You're like, I think this is 5 grams, and you just throw. There was no science, and then you're like, ooh, this tastes terrible. And we're gonna go ahead and try and like mix it with like lemon juice. And you're like, ooh, that tastes bad. Add some more citrulline. It's like we literally had like a witch's cauldron like going on.
Oh wow,
it was terrible.
Sounds like you guys got messed up way too much.
Yeah. No, we were probably like a lateral step away from like making our own cocaine.
Doing Breaking Bad type shit.
No, honestly, yeah.
Say my name.
Dude, Ben, you could look like
I could look like him, yeah.
Yeah. What's the guy's name from Breaking Bad? I only know him as Malcolm's dad. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
in the middle. Yeah.
What is that?
Bryan Cranston's actual.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's I don't know his.
Heisenberg.
Walt Whitman, or no? That's an
Walt
author.
That's an author.
The worst part is I agreed with him. I was like, yeah, that sounds like someone.
It's like Heisenberg.
Yeah, it's Heisenberg,
We'll
right?
just call him Heisenberg because that's his like drug name.
Oh, okay. Oh no, because I never saw the show. I heard it was really good.
Oh, it was really good.
No,
Like, I had doubts about it,
Uh-huh.
and like people had recommended it. I'm like, I don't really want to see this though. I saw the first episode. I was like, okay, this is pretty dope.
It's pretty dope.
Fish sticks are
dope.
God,
That's coming back out in a couple months. So,
dude, have you seen the Cobra Kai on
Cobra
YouTube?
Kai? No, I haven't. I heard it's really good though.
it actually was pretty
Is
good.
it-
So
The pacing's a little weird.
it's kind of
Yeah.
slow, but
Well, it's slow, and then you see these huge like character shifts in like 1 or 2 episodes. Yeah, not to spoil it or anything, but you see like 180s of characters. And you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Yep.
Like the pacing, they needed like one more episode, I think, like in between.
The bad kids are going good and the good kids are going bad, type of thing. So.
Yeah, well, it's funny because what they did with that show, again, like spoilers, right? Like the main bad guy, the
Johnny, whatever. So the bad kid from the original.
Yeah, I can't remember his name now. Yeah, I just think of Ralph Macchio, but that's
the other guy.
That's the other guy. Yeah. But anyways, what they did with that show is really interesting. They made a bad guy actually the good guy. Yeah, where you look at him and you're like, dude, I like that guy now.
He's come into hard times. Yep. Life's not going the way he wants and like whatnot. So he's like, the only thing like good that came from it was when he was doing karate back in the day.
Yep.
So he decides to he's kind of forced by another kid who's getting beat up and whatnot. To kind of reopen it because the kid wants to learn how to protect himself,
defend himself. Picked a terrible martial art too.
Yeah, it's like karate down in days.
I don't even know what kind of karate.
Did they talk about the karate at all? Do you know?
No, they don't talk. They just call it karate, and I don't think they ever like explain what type of karate it is. It's not like Shotokan or like whatnot. So.
Dude, I will say this though, karate has some of the coolest names for like Shotokan. Like, dude, that's fucking ninja shit, dude.
Yeah,
like
Rio something.
Yeah, right? Like, dude, that's like straight ninja.
You're just a jujitsu.
I know. Brazilian jiu-jitsu, lame. It's the most effective, but lame.
But, yeah. So he ends up doing the school and then, like, all these, like, misfit kids who, like... And when I say misfits, usually the term misfits is used for, like, bad kids or, like, whatnot. But it's kind of like outsider kids that don't really fit in anywhere.
I think outsiders is a good way to describe it. Like, yeah, like the kid, like, the nerdy kids or, you know, the fat girl.
Fat girl.
Yeah.
And so they're all learning this and, like, becoming, like, more confident in themselves. Like, usually what happens when you learn any like martial arts, you usually become more confident in yourself. But
oh yeah, dude, definitely.
But like all their attitudes start shifting to like pieces of shit with that confidence. So.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of it too is like so the type of karate that he's teaching is like the Cobra Kai.
It's like attack.
It's attack. So these kids went from being bullied, being like oppressed, not having friends, to having all like the power to fight against bullies, the power to be in power rather, to be in charge, and now they have all these friends and he just like corrupts them, dude, like hard, like power corrupts them. And you just like, you know, see this one kid in particular, he just went from like the nicest kid and he's like gets a back tattoo, he gets a mohawk, like 180, bro. He's got like a misformed lip. He's got like a cleft lip, I think, or something like that.
I think it's called
a cleft lip. Yeah.
And so like he decided like the instructor just keeps making fun of him, and he's just like, I'm gonna keep making fun of him until it doesn't bother him anymore. Yeah. And so he can't take it. He's just like, because he doesn't like people looking at his face. He doesn't like people. It's kind of like Phantom of the Opera type shit, where it's like, don't look at the ugly half of my face type of shit. Yeah. So yeah. But then he's just like, fuck it. He gets a mohawk. He's like 16. He gets a giant eagle tattoo on his back. So
no, he gets a hawk, right? Yeah, that was a hawk. Yeah.
And then he just starts like anyone who tries to fight him just beats the shit out of them.
He's straight bully at that point. Yeah. But yeah, the show did a really good job though of like exploring things like that. And then season 2's coming out. I'm kind of excited for season 2.
It's like I have to re-up my YouTube Red to watch it. So because I'm just like, I did the free shit and I'm like, I'm not paying for this. So
yeah, I don't pay for things anymore.
Yeah,
you know who I am.
I've seen like very few shows that explore that type of character development. Like Breaking Bad was one of them. Like I really like.
Where you understood why he went bad. Yeah. So
exactly. I like when they did stuff like that.
How like imagine like if you started that first episode with the last episode, like that last scene, and it's like, and then you start back like 5 years before, and then you see that progression happen.
Yeah, it's like he has cancer or whatever. He's
from Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. Yeah. He's a teacher, and he's like, well, now then he gets into the drug business, and because he's trying to do what? What was he trying to do?
He need spoilers again. He needed money for his cancer treatment. He had a baby on the way. His son was like he had like a disability. And so it was like all things were going to hell at that point.
So, yeah,
he was getting fired from his job or something.
So yeah, he turned to drugs because he needed the money to pay for like his family stuff. So it's like he wasn't evil, but he had to kind of like switch to evil to like provide for his family essentially.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and then it's cool because then you explore that as like, is that evil then?
Yeah.
You know, like,
so he is like trying to provide for like the people you care about. Is that
Well, it doesn't seem like it's evil at first, but then he got so far along that the line is blurred.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he didn't have cancer, right? Like in the end or something like that?
I think his cancer was gone.
Like he
by
went
that
to
time?
remission or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I've been watching a lot of old House clips.
Yeah.
You guys remember House, the show?
I never really watched it, but
So good. And they actually, so I've been watching a lot of YouTube clips on it, right? Because they don't have it anymore as far as like,
Not Netflix or anything like
or
that.
DVDs.
So.
yeah, and
People have DVDs still, right?
I don't even know.
They're starting to disappear. Like the only place I play DVDs now is on my PlayStation, and that's about it. So
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. But yeah, they there's this one clip where this doctor's like, hey, you know, you have 6 months to live, or you have cancer, you have like pancreatic cancer, which is like really bad. And the guy's like, oh shit. And he's like sad. And he's like, okay. And he leaves. And then they do a checkup 4 months later, right? And the guy's already like, you know, put his house on the market.
Yeah.
He's going to Cancun to like celebrate or to like live out the rest of his days. You know, he like told like his boss to fuck off. Like he's like cut all these bridges in his life. Yeah. Comes back 4 months later and the doctor's like, congratulations, you don't have cancer anymore. And he's like, why would you tell me that? And he's like, what? You're not dying anymore. He's like, no. Now I have all this debt and all these things I can't pay for. I have a $12,000 trip that I can't pay for. It's like, this is the worst news I've gotten. And it kind of reminded me of that. You're like, fuck, dude, you don't have cancer anymore? Like, shit. That's crazy. It's crazy.
So tell me about the names on that board behind you guys. What's up with that? Is that all your streamers? Followers?
It's all of our subscribers. Well, it started out as all of our subscribers.
Right.
We eventually ran out of space to do it because we had seen the subboard before with another streamer, and we thought that was a great idea. It's just like, hey, like if you guys sub to us, you can put it on the wall and you can be commemorated by doing it. So we have something like 300 subs now,
like
400 subs. So we don't have enough board space for all that. So.
Yeah, and like subs are a little bit different than followers for the most part. Like
right.
Followers, like anyone can follow, right? Like if I make an account right now, I could just follow, no problem.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything.
It doesn't cost anything. You just get notifications of when we go live. That's really it, right? And you just like show some support. Subscribers, there's 3 different tiers. So you got tier 1, which is $5 a month. You pay $5 a month. You get like new emotes. You get like sub badges, and you get a few other perks. And then there's like tier 2, which is it 15? No, 10.
Tier 2 is like 10 or 15, and then tier 3 is 25.
Yeah, 25. So they each go up, and each tier gives you new things. And like some streamers will be like, "Yeah, if you do tier 3, I'll send you nudes every weekend," you know, or something like that.
They probably don't say that. They probably do that.
Yeah,
so.
And like, and we've been kind of blessed because our community is really, I don't know what it is, man, but our community is just awesome. Like, they
like us for some reason. So.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, fucking scamming them, dude. Straight scamming these kids. No, no, but we've been like really blessed where it's like we've just had like a good community. Everyone gets along for some reason. Everyone wants to work together. Everyone's like coming together to help us, which is kind of concerning because one, I'm like, do they feel bad for us? Do they?
Are we like the Make-A-Wish children or something?
Am I dying, Ben?
Buddy.
Like, no, don't touch me.
That stuff I've been injecting you with.
Oh, the pre-workout's finally killing me. But yeah, it's like people can gift subs. So for example, like we don't have 400 people that are watching us.
No.
Right? No. But you can gift a sub to random people, or you can gift it to a community. And like we'll have people that'll come in, they're like, oh, you know, here's a gift sub to Mia Khalifa. Mia Khalifa's not watching our show.
Yeah.
But she now has a sub to our channel. And someone pays $5 a month to keep that going for her. Or like...
She'll eventually watch us, right?
Dude. if Mia Khalifa watches us once, like, okay, dude, okay,
We get her on stream.
no. Here's the dream. Oh my god, the pre-workout. Does Mia Khalifa still do porn?
I have no idea.
I think
yeah,
you're
I'm
up to date on
it. So no.
You're my porn guy, dude.
Yeah, I'm the porn guy.
You're my porn and religion guy.
Religious and porn guy.
That's an obvious mix, right?
Yeah, it seems like it's like what was it? It's like spaghetti and lamb.
Yeah, it just goes together.
Was it no lamb and tuna fish? That's what it was. But yeah, so like this is the dream, right? Like we gift a sub to Mia Khalifa.
Mm-hmm.
Mid porno, they have like a TV on or something, right?
And they're watching.
They're watching us, dude.
You don't know when in that is going to be watching that TV on when they're watching that video, right? So,
But you know, we put that up as like a GIF. We have that shit
It's in
constantly.
the back of your mind.
Dude,
it's
it's just us, dude. Like,
Yeah.
come on,
just waving.
dude. I'm saying that's like we made it. If that's what happens.
Well, I'm just thinking, even if we got her in the garage for like 20 minutes talking with us on stream, that probably bumps our numbers up like crazy. So,
See, the thing is, I couldn't be here, dude. Lori, my girlfriend, does not want me to be around Mia Khalifa. She's like, she's gonna sleep with you, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Dude, she's hanging out with dudes that are like footlongs, man. Yeah, dude, just
it's just like Gary Coleman's forearm. Like,
yeah, it's like a baby arm holding an apple. So gross.
It's got a baby seal in there, so.
Disgusting. It's always, why are there always like baby stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's right. Why is it like
Yeah.
that? So gross.
It's like a baby elephant's trunk, you know? Like shit like that. Like,
Like, moves like it too. Make it stop.
it's catching apples and
You're
shit.
like, ah!
It's always apples. But yeah, no, and then like yeah, so they can give subs to people and
Yeah, what were we talking about again?
Yeah.
The Joe's going tangent number 20 here. So.
fuck. Dude, I'm just saying though, if Mia Khalifa had us on in the background, mid-sex scene, it could be whatever, dude. It could just be her talking. But if we're on the background,
Yep.
we made it.
People watch us, yeah.
I don't care, dude. That means people watch us. It's not just us talking to a camera.
Like, people think we're crazy because there's no one actually watching Average Joe, so.
Oh, I'm actually not even hitting the go live button.
Yeah.
I'm just like
Just talking.
just talking to the computer.
Tell me I'm pretty.
It's like, you are pretty. Like, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm the one typing it.
Thank
It's
you very much, computer.
Talk to type, so it's like you type it talks, so.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, they know exactly what I'm going to say.
Weird.
Weird.
Yeah, you had some crazy stuff on stream. You guys did that 24-hour stream.
I like how you transitioned from that to the Mia Khalifa thing. I'm like, not that crazy, dude. No, yeah, we had the 24-hour stream recently, right?
Yeah, a month ago. It wasn't that
It was
long
like
ago.
Valentine's weekend.
Yeah, God, a month.
Was it a month
It
ago?
was only like 5 weeks ago. Wasn't that
Holy
long
shit.
ago? It feels like forever ago already.
Yeah, because we did the 24-hour stream because we hit a sub goal,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
So we initially were having trouble like getting subscribers, but it was never really about the subscribers for us. It was about we wanted more viewership
Yes.
because we're pushing to get partnered.
Yeah.
And so we wanted we need more viewers to start watching us. So let's make a crazy goal that no one's gonna hit.
Yeah.
But like it helps us get more numbers in. So we'll set goals for ourselves. We'll set goals on stream to not only motivate us a little bit, but to push for like more people coming in. And
Yeah.
whatnot. So
And it'll be anywhere from like 5 new followers, which is like if you have one loyal viewer, they could do that in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. Or it's like, if we get a $20 donation, Ben will do a handstand.
yeah.
And butt chug a V8 or something, right? We're very like there's no range.
We've gone through like really like bad like goals. We've gone through
to the bean boozles.
drinking V8s to like drinking V8's not too bad. Yeah, no, try drinking 8 V8s and see how you feel.
back to back,
back
yeah.
to back, and see how you feel after that.
And
Like
also
spicy.
those mystery jelly beans.
Or those
right?
Damn, we are never doing Bean Boozled again. I'm sorry, that is blacklisted from every stream from now
It
on.
was so
So
bad. I don't know how they do it, man. So like bean boozles are they come from the Harry Potter world, right?
yeah, I think the idea comes from the Harry Potter world, but I think the name is not the same from it. So
Yeah. So it'd be like you have like a bean, right? And
Like
it's
jelly
like
beans,
this
so.
is jelly bean, yeah. And it's like green, right? And there's multiple green jelly beans,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, and you flip the spinner, you're like, oh, I landed on the green jelly bean, and it's unable to tell, but the green jelly bean can either be grass or it can be like boogers for some,
Yeah. Or you get something like the red one that is either an apple, or you're tasting like vomit. So
yeah, and it's like you're like, oh, like this was me. I'm like, vomit. It probably just tastes bad.
it just probably just tastes
legitimately
it
tastes like vomit.
It's like I want to know how people in R&D figured out how to make these taste like this.
Well,
it makes no sense.
And the worst part is you're like, dude, it smells like vomit when you're chewing on it. It tastes like vomit. But here's the weird thing. I don't know why I have this, but it doesn't taste like your vomit.
You can tell it's not yours. So.
Yeah, it's weird, dude. It's like that fucked me up. Or like the moldy milk or the
moldy cheese or the spoiled milk.
And it's like you chew on it and you're like, dude, it's like lumpy. You're like, it's a fucking jelly bean. How are they doing this?
Lumpy, yeah.
Or like dirt. There's like the grittiness of dirt.
Yeah, it's like we did get quite a bit of donations from that shit because people like to see us suffer through this stuff.
That's nice of them.
No, it was so bad, dude. I fucking hated that.
But like we're doing this to not only like kind of money's always nice, but like we just did it to bump up viewership.
It's just content, just to have fun.
It's
a terrible idea.
Terrible idea. We won't do it again. But
no, never.
You live and you learn. But
$2 a bean, dude. Let's do it, man.
But we're just like at the time we only had like 75 subs or something like that. So
dude, not even that, man. We had
60
we had like 50 subs, bro.
50 subs. So not that many.
Yeah.
So not.
It's a decent amount.
It's a decent amount for people like kind of just getting started and like whatnot.
Yeah, like for because we're in the fitness community, we're considered like a mid-tier streamer, right?
We're not top, but we're definitely not the bottom either. So.
Yeah, we're average, dude. We're like solid middle, right? But like with our subs, we were actually coming close to some of the higher streamers, right? Some of the higher fitness streamers, and we're like, okay, 50 subs, it's nice, you know, getting a nice little like small paycheck every month. Yeah, we can buy stuff.
Buy equipment for the gym and stuff like that.
We're essentially buying equipment and pre-workout. That's what the money was going to. And then then we set the goal.
We set a 2. We were like, if we get, because we only, like I said, we only had like 56 subs or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So we're like, let's set a goal for 200 subs, and we'll give ourselves 60 days to do it.
Yeah.
So we're just like, because we did it based on like how much time, or like we averaged it out, how many subs we were getting a day, and like how many we were getting a week. So it was like
also how much you're losing every month.
How much we were losing every month. Yeah. So we're just like. We did the maths on it. We're just like 200's a good number. It's actually way above what we think we're gonna get.
Yeah.
And we'll give ourselves 2 months because and if we do it, we'll do a 24-hour stream. So it gives us the time to be a little bit scared and like not have people.
Such a stupid.
It's like people are not gonna give us that many subs. We're like thinking like no one's gonna do this. No one's gonna give us like this stuff. So but if we put the goal there, it's like maybe it'll happen. It was like a hard maybe on that. So
like we thought we would maybe get 100.
Yeah.
Like dude, 100 subs.
Yeah, it's like we'd be happy if we got half
solid.
That goal.
Yeah.
So we're just like, we want 100 subs, but we'll put 200 because the goal is just so outlandish. So
yeah.
How quickly did we get 200 subs, Joe?
We got in like 4 or 5 days.
4 days.
Yeah, dude.
Oh no.
We got 200 subs in 4 days. So we crushed our expectations.
Yeah.
We dominated. Our community helped us out so much in doing that.
It's so upsetting. Like it was so upsetting.
But that meant we had to do a 24-hour stream, and we thought we had 2 months to plan a 24-hour stream.
So now everything got like pushed up super fast. We're like, holy shit, come up with a 24-hour stream, bring in guests, plan everything.
So we essentially we gave ourselves 2 weeks to like figure that stuff out because there was no way we were going to figure it out and do it like in a weekend because we had to figure out our schedules when we could all be here for 24 hours.
Yes,
which is very hard because between the 4 of us, there's 4 of us for Average Joe's, so people who are on stream all the time anyway. So myself, Joe, Bear, Wes, there's like. Bear works a crazy amount of hours. Mm-hmm. Wes has to run a school. Mm-hmm. And then me and Joe have school and have work.
Yeah.
So it's rare that all 4 of us are on camera at the same time. Mm-hmm. So trying to figure out a day where all 4 of us were going to be on camera was a pain in the ass. But
that was honestly the hardest part.
Yeah. But once we finally figured out a date where we could all be here, that's when we started getting the guests to roll in, and we started getting all that figured out. Then the hard part after that was coming up with content.
Yeah.
Because we're streaming usually for about between 2 and 4 hours usually.
Yeah, give or take.
I'd say the mean is probably more like 2.5 hours or something like that.
Yeah. Because we just stream, we work out, right? And the powerlifting that we're doing, it usually takes about 2 hours, give or take. And then once we're done working out, we talk for a little bit, and we're like, peace. And we send the love somewhere else.
So it's like, okay, so how do we do that, but add 22 more hours to that? So we're just like, what are we going to talk about for 24 hours? So me and Joe actually sat down first, and we made a schedule of when everyone was going to be here, and B had started coming up with like content,
like
ideas,
a rough
guideline for it.
Yeah.
So,
and then as we're doing this too, the following week we hit another 200 sub goal.
We got to 400 before we started the 24-hour stream. Luckily, we didn't tell anyone we're going to add anything to it because that would have been awful. So
that was like your top thing, the 24.
We weren't doing 48. So
we showed our hand.
What do you do after that?
They're like, do a 48-hour. Like, no. Dude, it was so bad.
But I think it went a lot better than we thought it was going to go. The
24-hour stream.
Yeah.
It was a little chaotic. Of course, everything broke right when we started fucking stream. I made sure everything was going. I hit go live. Our sound system blows up. Yeah. I'm like, fuck.
That happens to us a lot, but we don't know why. But
this computer's a piece of shit. And then like our first guest, she didn't get to do anything that she planned because, again, our community is awesome, and they came in, they just gifted a bunch of subs, they donated a bunch of money. They're like hosting us. They're like, all this shit was happening. It was like, okay, well, your time's done now. Bye, because next guest is coming in. You're like, dude, you can't be here with the next guest. There's too many people on camera. So she really didn't get to. She
got through a little bit of what she wanted to do, but not that much.
Yeah,
so.
I felt bad too because she was the most planned.
She was the most planned. We had planned everything for her at the beginning, and everything else was going to be kind of winging it.
Yeah, the average Joe's way.
The average Joe's way, we wing it. But yeah, we didn't get through anything with her. So
legitimately felt bad. Yeah.
But I'd say the hardest part of the stream was the early morning part of the stream because we started at 8 o'clock at night, and so we went till the next day at 8 o'clock at night. So our first guest, she was here from about 8 o'clock till 11. So she was here for 3 hours. So we had to make content from 12 a.m. all the way till 7 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, because we had one guest that showed up at like 1. Right?
Yeah, we had Arthur show up. So Arthur's another one of the Average Joe's members. He's not on camera usually because he doesn't like to be on camera, but he came in for like the 2 hours or whatever.
He came in for 2 hours.
He was sick, too, really sick.
So there was like a bad flu going around to where he was just coughing his lungs out. And as good friends, we're like, Arthur, you have to do Arthur 40 hands. And it's like, if you don't know what Arthur 40 hands is, you grab 2 40s in each hand and you duct tape it to their hands. So they have a 40 in each hand. And they have to finish the 40s before you can take the duct tape off. So that's all he did. We put him in the corner of the room. I
don't know what medication he was on either, but he's drinking 40s.
And he's just coughing. And he's just sad. And he's just like clinking the bottles together. And it was probably one of my more favorite parts of the night. Like, fuck Arthur, dude.
Go to the corner.
Just sit down and drink.
Yeah, at this point it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we're just like we've been playing Jack Games, which is a game you can play with your viewers and like play together and whatnot.
Yeah.
So we were done playing Jack Games. We're like, okay, we still got 4 more hours before our next guest shows up. So what are we going to play while we're in here? Because we're not going to work out. It's too because we set all our workouts to only when our guest was here.
Yeah, so we don't burn ourselves out.
Because we were going to work out pretty much with every guest that was here. So we didn't want to burn ourselves out while we were doing it. So because we got to be up for 24 hours, and so we decided to play pre-workout Pong. So like beer pong.
Oh no.
But pre-workout. So.
Oh yeah, dude! I totally forgot about that.
That was probably the worst thing we did for the 24-hour stream. The worst.
That was I would say that was the worst thing we've ever done because we filled a 5-gallon jug full of pre-workout for the 24-hour stream.
Oh.
And it was like pretty concentrated, dude.
Yeah, it was highly
Do
concentrated.
you remember the amount of milligrams of caffeine? It was like, I think like 6,000, 7,000, something like that. It was like a lot.
That's terrible.
It was a lot, dude. And we played a normal game of beer pong, but instead of beer, it was pre-workout.
Yeah.
And, dude, like I finished like the game, and like I was just like, I don't feel good. I'm like,
All of our stomachs started hurting, and guess what happened? We had to shit.
Like,
The rest for like the next 7 hours.
yep,
All of us were taking turns going to the bathroom at that point.
just
So-
shitting your brains out, dude. Oh man, that was so bad because it was like you could feel that there was energy being given to you,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like a usable energy.
No,
you know?
Yeah.
It was- I couldn't do anything with this. So
Yeah, it was just there, and you're like, I don't feel good.
yeah.
Like dehydrated, you're tired.
You're tired. Because at this point, it's like it's not like we started the 24-hour stream like we just woke up and like did it. Like I went to class in the morning.
Yeah, we've been up all day.
We've been up all day. I've been up since like 6:30 in the morning, and Joe was up from work. I think earlier in the day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bear, I think, came from working too or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
I think he had a small nap. Yeah.
so like with the 24-hour stream, I was probably up for like 32 hours or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
36 hours. So
Yeah, like in the 30-hour range.
Yeah.
Cause yeah. But luckily, you know, we made it. Right. All of our guests helped us out.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. No, it was really nice. And then we finished the stream at 8 p.m. the following day.
I passed out immediately when I got home.
Dude, it
So
was bad. I remember just like putting my head on the pillow and just.
I've never
out.
fallen asleep so fast in my life. So
Yeah. It was- yeah, right? Yeah. It was a violent pass out, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like I felt myself like, you know, I just got rocked, and I was like
Yeah.
swaying and boom.
I
out.
got home and Kat helped, or she followed me home. She drove. We both drove separate cars, so she followed me home
Nice
just to
of
make
her.
sure I got home. And I'm like, I need to eat something. I'm still hungry, so like, even though I'm exhausted, I'm like, I have to eat something. So I'm sitting there like dead, like trying to just eat some pasta and like survive. And she's just like, "Do you want me to go?" I'm just like, "I kind of want you to stay," because I haven't got to hang out with her. So I'm like, I just
Yeah.
want like, can we watch something? And she's like, "Yeah." So we turn on the movie in my room. I immediately pass out. Like it was within like 5 minutes. I
Yeah.
pass out. So I was out from like 9 o'clock at night till like 11 o'clock the next morning. So it was like 14 hours or something like that. So it was something ridiculous like that.
I
So,
thought you would hibernate after that.
yeah,
Yeah. I only got like 10 hours of sleep,
yeah.
which it is a lot,
That's a lot for you.
but it's, I don't know. I thought I was gonna like sleep way longer.
I didn't even open my eyes till like 11 o'clock the next day.
Yeah.
So, but
It's
would you ever do a 24-hour stream again, Joe?
I would do another 24-hour stream. Yeah, it was fun, dude. To be honest, it was
It's a lot of work.
a lot of. It was stressful as fuck to plan everything, because it's like,
Yeah.
because you know, it's like, one, we're at different times now for the we're at different times now for Twitch, and it's like, okay, now we're like essentially getting new people to watch the stream.
Yeah.
So if we're not entertaining, or if we're not putting out content, like we're not gonna get new viewers.
Yeah,
which
they
is
just go
like,
look at
yeah,
us and
of
go
course.
away. Type of
Yeah.
thing. So
so it's like we had to be on it for 24 hours, which is like,
it's really hard.
It's
It's
rough.
hard to be on for 2.5 hours, let alone 24 hours. So
yeah, and like when we say on, like engaging and like entertaining and like being able to hold a conversation,
Yeah.
like that shit's rough, dude. And like I know for me at least, it's like, you know, I supplement it with caffeine. Like caffeine's the only reason I can talk. Like it's that's my social lubricant.
doesn't need alcohol, just needs caffeine.
Yeah.
So.
So that was the hardest thing, and then of course like, fuck, dude, like planning everything. Make
Yeah,
sure
honestly,
everyone
when
shows up.
the 24-hour stream actually happened, it just kind of flowed. So like
Yeah, everything worked together.
everything just worked out. So
Yeah. And that's because of the planning that we
but
did.
yeah, all the planning that went into it was more stressful than anything we did on the 24-hour stream. So
Yeah, I would minus the fucking getting iced on stream.
it's too many times. So
Yeah, so we had a thing on our stream where viewers could send us food, and
Oh.
they could send us food, and they could also send us like essentially like
anything.
groceries, essentially, right? So it's like this one person's like, hey, you know, it's on its way, be ready, and you hear boom, 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 boom on the garage door. Like, the fuck, dude? I was like, I don't want to go out there, dude. What if there's like a viewer out there?
Yeah.
Gonna
Like,
fucking,
how do you know where we live? So
he's gonna molest me. Yeah. Surprise. I want to play a game.
I was like, nope.
Yeah, nope.
Please go away.
All your life, you've been streaming on Twitch.
Not that long, actually.
Only like a year.
Yeah, not that long, actually, Mr. Jigsaw guy. But yeah, and then it's like, so we open up the door, and it's like, oh, dude, it's like a bag of food and like a bag of like stuff inside.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, cool. We're like, open. It's like, okay, buzz balls. Like, okay, that's kind of lame.
Yeah.
Buzz balls are horrible, by the way.
They're horrible alcohol in like this thing the size of a baseball. So
Essentially, yeah, it's like a water balloon full of like
Liquor.
But it's like,
but it's horrible liquor. So
yeah, it's like,
Really nasty.
yeah, it's like things you would take off paint with, dude. It's so bad. like you fucking melt the snail
Like,
shell.
Nail polish remover or
Yeah.
something.
I know, right? Like, dude, it's bad, and they have like fun names, like Rum Job.
yeah.
Like, you know, you're like, this is gonna be a
this
fun.
doesn't taste like rum at all. So
No, it's absolutely terrible. And there's like, okay, buzz balls, that's kind of lame. It's like, okay, we got pizza. I'm like, dope.
Yeah,
There's
got
pizza
some
in
pizza,
here.
yeah.
And then like you reach at the bottom, and there's a 6-pack of Smirnoff Ice. There's 4 of us. You're like, so you get Smirnoff Ice, you get ice, and it's like not a lot of alcohol, but it's enough.
but it's enough to annoy you and like bring you down from the caffeine high that you were trying to keep right now.
Yeah.
So
So we're constantly fighting alcohol with caffeine and going up and down.
so we're
up and down.
not doing things well with our body at the moment. So
And this was like the trend. So like we'd get shit sent to the house. Like someone sent us Taco Bell. Fucking awesome, by the way. Yeah. We have Taco Bell is what we're eating. And it's like another thing gets sent. It's like, oh, there's bananas with condoms, right?
it's weird, but you know,
Hey, I'm just saying, dude. Condoms came in clutch like the following weekend.
you
right?
don't use condoms.
And it was there though. I put them on the nightstand. It's like it's just there to fucking protect, dude. No, you don't have to wear it. Like it's fine.
No, you just need them around, right? That's how they work.
Dude, I was making balloon animals with them, man. I was like, babe, look, another snake.
Another snake.
But like the bananas also were nice too. So this guy sent us like,
Ton of bananas.
dude,
It was like
6
bushels of
I was
bananas.
gonna say, is a bushel?
Got
Yeah. Like it was just like, dude, they look like Donkey Kong bananas.
Yeah, it
right?
looks like
Yeah.
like the big banana ones you pick up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But he sent us like 6 or 7 of them, and I'm like, that kind of came in clutch. And then again, at the bottom of the bag, there's another thing of Smirnoff Ice.
We're just like,
Of course.
fuck you.
It's like I don't even like Smirnoff Ice.
No.
Like
It's not good.
it's not my drink of choice. Like okay, fuck. And again, not iced again. And you're just like, dude, I don't want to keep drinking right now. It's like 6 or was it like 5 o'clock at night now? And the following day, you're like, I'm so tired. I want to go to bed.
God.
But yeah, no, like I would definitely like change up the things that they can send to us. Right? It was great content though to get stuff like received. I would definitely change that, and I'll also change it. We're not doing pre-workout pong again.
No, that will be X'd out from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to figure out, content where we're not getting like hurt. Like a lot of our content is us like internally getting hurt somehow. So
People like it, dude. They want to see us die.
I'm just like they like us, but they want to kill us. It's a weird balance there.
Yeah,
So
Twitch is weird like that.
You're like the best research mice ever.
Yeah,
You'll
no,
do
essentially,
anything.
yeah.
Fucking
It's like,
nice, dude.
alcohol and pre-workout. That sounds like a good
What would happen?
combination.
It's like I drink, vodka and Red Bull. So imagine vodka and Red Bull, but the Red Bull is like 3 times stronger. So
It's 3 times stronger, and it's not mixed properly, so it's grainy at the bottom. I never had to choose so much pre-workout. Dude, it's like fucking sand, bro.
Yeah.
Just filling my lip full of pre-workout. Dude's like, chew.
mm.
So bad, dude. So bad.
Oh wow. Yeah, you guys got this new team too, right? Like the team average.
Jonathan's done his research. So
Yes, I have.
Okay, how does he know so much about us? But yeah, no. So we, we're on Twitch, right? And we're part of the fitness community, which is a relatively small community on Twitch.
Right.
That's groundbreaking stuff.
yeah, we're if there's like generations of fitness streamers, we're probably the second generation of fitness streamers. It's really new. So
yeah, like we're like the older cousin, yeah, which is pretty sick.
there's people who started out doing the fitness stuff probably about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And we're the next group of people that came in with it.
Yeah,
So
we're the new generation.
the new
Exactly.
generation. So
Right.
We're the millennials. They're the baby boomers. We're the millennials.
Fuck.
But yeah, so we were looking at it and we're like, you know what, this like Twitch Fitness is like, they're very helpful. They help out all of us, but they have their own like clique, right? Like if you're not part of it, like you don't gain the viewership. You kind of get like blocked out.
You're a little ostracized for the most part. So
yeah, and we were seeing that happen to a lot of other fitness streamers. Like these people are good. Like how come they're not getting viewership? And we were lucky enough to know a lot of the bigger people. We got to hang out with them and.
You guys went to TwitchCon too.
Yeah, we went to TwitchCon. So it's a convention just for Twitch people and Twitch viewers. Yeah, and we got to hang out with a lot of the bigger people.
Yeah,
and
we probably hung out with like the 3 big like fitness people on Twitch.
Yeah, some of the 3 biggest.
There's one guy who wasn't there that I would say is probably the biggest, but he also does video games too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least we didn't see him.
We didn't see him at least. So.
But yeah, we got to like hang out. We drank with them. Like they're friends, right? And we were able to get a lot of viewership from them. They help us out a lot, but they weren't really helping out anyone else. No. And we're looking at that. We're like, you know what? This can be mutually beneficial for us as well as the other like smaller Twitch fitness people. Yeah. Like they're small time, and we're by no means big time.
No, but we're bigger than most. So.
Yeah, we're bigger than most, but we're not.
But we're not big.
Yeah. And we're like, you know what? Let's just start a team, right? And we're like, okay, it'll be called Team Average, and we'll invite smaller fitness people. Yeah, that was the plan originally. Was invite smaller fitness people, and we'll just kind of like combine our efforts, and you're better as a team, you're better as a group, right?
Yeah, yeah. One arrow will break, but a bush like a quiver of arrows will stand the test of time.
Yeah, yeah. So we start this team, and we're looking at it, and we're like, dude, we're being fucking stupid. Like Twitch is mainly video games. Yeah. Why don't we pull from video game streamers? Because the biggest thing that we hear as fitness people is like, dude, I didn't even know fitness existed on Twitch. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's pretty good on Twitch.
It does.
It does.
Be what it do what it be.
That's the worst thing to say to someone. It's like, dude, I didn't even know like your genre existed. Well, it does. Like, you don't sound cool saying that. Like,
cool people don't say that, Joe.
Cool people don't say that, dude. I'm like, well, I do exist. Yeah. Like fucking loser. I have to like justify my existence. But yeah, so so we start looking at like video game people that share our same vision of growth. They want to help out people, and they don't want it to just be about them, right? Because that's again another goal or purpose of our team is that we want to help everyone, and we start like just recruiting fitness people, recruiting video game people, recruiting people who do art, people who do cosplays, like you name it, like whatever they can do on Twitch. We have the first animal rescue on Twitch that's part of our team. Yeah, so they rehabilitate dogs, pit bulls in particular, that were at kill shelters, right? So like really really cool people. They do like horses also. They do, I don't know if they do cats.
I haven't seen cats, but dogs and horses for sure.
Dogs and horses for sure. I assume they do cats. Why not, right? Like,
no, they hate cats.
Yeah.
Fuck cats. Yeah.
Fuck, maybe. Maybe they don't like cats. But I don't know. But they do dogs and pit bulls in particular and horses, right? So great group of people. But we have such a diversity on this team. And to the point where, like, holy shit, now everyone's viewerships are going up. Everyone's the average viewership. Everyone's followers. Everyone's subs. Yep. Everyone's statistics are raising up because of the team that we created.
Wow.
And it was fucking amazing. Yeah. It was like, like, dude, this kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah. We essentially created a community where, like people were not getting seen because no one was friends. So you didn't know each other. So the way like viewership works a lot of times is you have your normal people that come in and watch you. But you can do what's called host or raid to other viewers, which means you take the viewers that were watching you and you send them over to another streamer. So it adds to their viewership and whatnot. So then you might get some like new people seeing you for the first time, or some people that are like, oh, I like their content, so their content's similar, or like maybe it's different. I just enjoy watching it. So yeah, it came where like with the team, it's like. If you don't know who to host or who to raid, it's like, well, I have my team now to do it. So
I have a team that's like, I know their content, I know their character, they're good people. Like I can support them now. Like, and it's just you just support each other. Yep. Yeah. You get this like nice little like loop of like positivity and growth, and it's like, you know, and generally too, like it's probably bad to say this, but every time we start something, we're like, it's probably not going to be that good.
Yes.
Like, we're like
In
very
the back of our minds, we're like, it's never gonna work. So
it's like goes back to the 200 sub
Yeah.
goals. Like we're not going to hit 200 subs. You know, like aim for the stars, fall in the clouds type of deal.
yeah,
right?
we usually pick a goal like so big that we never think it's gonna happen, and I think. Like that negativity almost drives us a little bit that we never think it's gonna happen. So
Screw this.
Yeah. Well, it's like we try, right? We
Yeah.
don't like not try.
Yeah.
Like,
we pick something that we think we have no chance of like doing or like being able to achieve, and that. So like Joe said, you shoot for the stars and you fall to the clouds.
yeah,
type
the
of thing.
clouds are
So-
nice, dude. They're soft.
Yeah.
Nice and cushiony.
Yeah, nice and cushiony. Yeah, exactly. Got water in there if you're
Yeah.
thirsty.
Yeah, but-
Take a nap.
Condensation.
Yeah,
Couldn't pull that out
condensation.
in time.
Yeah, but team average though, it's on Instagram. It's
Mhm.
it's still in its relatively like
We're at the
beginning
beginning
phases.
stage, yeah.
But it's growing so fucking fast, and
Wow.
to the point where it's like we had to ease back on recruiting people because we were recruiting so many people,
Yeah.
and like it was growing too fast. I couldn't keep track of everyone. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
let's chill, let's redo the infrastructure,
Yeah.
and then now just recently we're starting to
Yeah.
get more people again.
Because it's us and two others that are the founding members of the team.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, Joe does a lot of the groundwork for like everyone, making sure everyone's on top of things. And
Mhm.
like, so like how many people are we up to now? Or
32.
32. So
32,
Yeah.
wow.
imagine
Something like that, yeah.
Joe like is in charge of 32 other people. And if they're not on the same page, Joe is pretty much like keeping them on the same page right now.
Yeah,
So,
it's all I'm doing is just managing people at this point, and you know everyone like we pick people that share the same goal, same drive as us.
Mhm.
Like we're not picking someone that's like that's gonna drag their feet and not help out the team.
Yeah.
Like we're not recruiting people like that. So it's very easy when you have like a group of people that are like minded
Mhm.
and they want the same thing. It's like, dude, it's like yeah, go and destroy it. I'm just here. I'm like, hey, by the way, have you heard of this streamer? And they're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, and then they mix their communities. And it's,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes like, you know, I know for us, some of our viewers don't like certain people on the team as far as like their content,
yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
you know, it's just that's the name of the game, right? It's like
Not everyone's going to like everyone. So
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
people's tastes and preferences.
yeah.
all that.
But as far as like team members go, like all the team members get along, which is really rare.
that's
Mhm.
that's incredible.
Yeah, no, it's so odd, man. To like, yeah, like even like to get like 4 people to like each other is weird. Like, can you imagine like 32 people? Like,
Yeah.
like it's fucking odd, man. Twitch is weird. I don't understand it.
yeah, I still don't understand. We've been doing it for almost 2 years now. I still don't understand it. So
I don't understand
Yeah.
it, dude. It's weird. Weird platform.
Oh man,
Yeah.
sounds incredible, guys.
We
Well,
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've gone for quite some time.
almost 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude, that
Okay.
flew by.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll wrap it up here. I got a few questions for anyone who wants to start a Twitch stream. Like, what advice would you give them?
You want me to
I'll
first?
take it? Okay, yeah, yeah.
I'll take it first if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just you don't even need like an idea of what you want to do. The first thing you do is just make sure you have a computer and a camera that you can actually like
Mm-hmm.
show this stuff. And then just whether it's you want to do video games or you want to do fitness or whatnot, just go with the plan and just do whatever you were going to do in the first place. Don't try to change anything up to get viewers. Just like if you wanted to play
Yeah.
video games and you wanted to be like just do weird games or fun, what you thought was fun, just do that.
Yep.
If you want to do working out and you want to do CrossFit, like people make fun of CrossFit a lot. If that's what you want to do, just do CrossFit. Don't try to switch whatever you're doing because you think other people will like it. So
Yeah, and that's always been some of the things that people have said that we do really well is that you can tell what we're doing we enjoy, and we're doing it for us, right? And people
Right.
just like to be along for the ride. A lot of people who maybe shift like, oh, this is the hot game, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, play the hot game. But they'll look at you and it's like, dude, this guy's disingenuous, and people can pick up on stuff like that. So it's like what Ben said. It's like, you know what? Just do what you were going to do. Now you just have a camera in front of you, and it's like be your normal self.
Yeah.
You will shine, and people will resonate with like your normal like character. And,
Yeah.
like you don't have to put on a front or act because
Yeah.
that's tiring.
yeah, people don't like you on there, they're not going to watch you anyway. So it's like, what? It's like, why try to like, try to put yourself for them? It's like the people who think you're funny or think what you're doing is cool, they're going to eventually come.
Yeah.
So,
it takes time.
So it takes time. And so don't like, if like some people don't like you and you're just doing what you wanted to do, it's like, don't try to change it. So you're not going to get any viewership from that. You're not going to get any following from that.
Yeah.
There's going to be people making fun of you. That, and you got to be okay with people making
I
fun
was
of
about
you.
to say that.
No, you could take that, but
So there's a lot of trolling, right, on the internet, right? Of course, right? Like, duh. Like, there's going to be people that are going to come on and be like, your head is dumb. And you're like, what does that even mean? You know, it's like
finding a bat in a bat cave. It's like, it's going to happen.
Exactly, right? And it's, you know, a lot of people like take it to heart, right? They're like, dude, this random person said, you know, they don't like my eye color.
Like, I get made fun of a lot because like I have a receding hairline. I'm quite aware of my receding hairline. So
I just thought of the joke.
Yeah, you thought of the joke right now,
That's
right?
why you're wearing a hat.
Yeah, I'm wearing a hat on a podcast that no one can see me because I'm that sensitive about it. So they can hear my hairline receding.
Jesus Christ.
But no, it's like I'm very aware like what my hair looks like, and so there was one person who came on. This is a troll. Like, we don't know who it was, but they came on. They're like, it's like, hey, you in the blue, because I was wearing a blue shirt at the time. They're like, no matter how hard you work out and how like strong you get, nothing will ever that won't do anything for that receding hairline of yours.
So like, shit.
I'm like, ow. I'm just like if I was like not as secure in myself as I am, like that could have actually destroyed me.
Yeah.
So
well, and a lot of it too is like I tell people, especially new people that we get on the stream, like, hey, you don't know these people.
Yeah.
Like whatever they're saying, they're just saying to say things to get a rise out of you.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't take anything personally. It's like they don't know you. Like it's fine.
Yeah, a lot of people try to like ban those people right away or like get rid of them. I feel like that almost like tells them they win if you ban them right away. So like, so we almost don't ban. I mean, we have mods that watch us now who are a little bit more like on the ban hammers. So
if they're saying like racist and like
racist, sexist, or like overall like things that are like not kind. Like, if people are saying things mean to us, we're usually okay with it because we have pretty thick skin when it comes to it. But if you're saying stuff like cruel to our people watching us, our viewers,
then you usually get banned.
You're gone. So,
but some of like our funnest things to do is like if we get a troll, try to convert that troll to a follower.
We've done that.
We've done that. We've had trolls come as followers, and then the following day donate $100. We're like, thank you.
We're like, we win.
Yeah, like
suck it.
And we're like, thank you for the $100. Put that in my pocket, and I hate you still.
so us going on a tangent again. So to answer your question, it's like you need a computer and a camera. That's just if you have a laptop. Sometimes people use their phone too.
Yeah, you can use your phone. You can mobile stream as well. Yeah.
But you just need that. You need an idea of what you want to do. So not creating something that you think other people want to see, but something that you actually want to do. Something that
you get excited about.
Because we were doing this at one point 7 days a week, and like you can't do this 7 days a week if you don't like what you're doing. So because we were going to work out anyway. So we just put a camera in front of us and we did our normal thing and work out. So it's like we weren't going to stop doing workouts. It's like the camera's just going to be there. So. Find something that you like to do, and then be okay with being picked on a little bit because that's gonna happen. So
definitely. Wow. Yeah. All right, and I got one last question for you guys. Each of you can answer this in your own ways, but for people who are doing weightlifting, what's the worst advice that you ever heard someone give?
Oh God!
Can I go first?
Yeah, go for it.
So it kind of overarches as fitness though. When I first started out, it's correct me if I'm wrong, right, Ben? But it's for every 2.2 pounds, you're supposed to have 1 gram of protein, right?
It's supposed to be for every 2.2,
right?
2.2 pounds is a gram of
protein.
I
So
think it's supposed to be a kilogram or something like that.
Can you explain what the 2.2 pounds?
yeah. So it's like okay, let's just easy numbers. If you're 200 pounds, you're supposed to be taking in roughly 100 pounds of protein if you're working out.
Oh, okay.
Or 100 grams of protein, not pounds of protein. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. You'd be dead. Renal failure at that point. So
to reiterate, if you're 200-pound adult male.
No, I think what you did.
Yeah, so I'll explain what I'll explain what I did. So for this is like the common rule though. If you're a 200-pound adult male, you're supposed to be taking in 100 grams of protein. Minimum, right? Okay. Now, when I first started out, I didn't know about these rules, right? And they're like, okay, Joe, you're 180 pounds. I'm like, yeah. They're like, what do you want to get up to? I'm like, I think like 200 pounds would be sick. And they're like, okay, you're gonna have to take in 400 grams of protein. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm like, sounds right.
So I bought
which is nearly impossible.
It's impossible. Dude, I was drinking protein shakes literally every day. Like every other hour, I was just supplementing it. Protein shake, to the point where I'm like eating. I'm like, my fucking face hurts from chewing the food so much, and I'm just like, I feel so sluggish. Saw zero gains from it.
Yeah.
Like, I was
other than probably like constipation. And
dude, the worst shits of my life. And it wasn't like, it was like horrifically like bad, like painful. But I remember like after like 3 or 4 months, I'm like, dude, I'm not getting any results from this. I'm like, end up talking to someone. I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't know why I'm not seeing gains. I'm like, I'm taking like 400 grams of protein, and they're like, 400 grams of protein, dude, you're 180 pounds. You should be taking in like 100 grams of protein. And I was like, oh, no one told me this. Yeah. This was advice at the gym that someone gave me, was to take 400.
Yeah, it's usually
the stranger at the gym.
Yeah, the stranger at the gym.
That bro science stuff. People tell you like the more protein you take, the more muscle you're going to grow, which is not necessarily the case. So
no, it's a piece of shit, dude.
Yeah. Like I think both of us like started lifting with like bro science, like something that someone else told us, not anything we researched or like someone with actual knowledge. It's just someone random at the gym who was strong and was buff and probably had a little genetic advantage. So
they're like, yeah, dude, just like bench all day, every day.
Yeah,
you know?
every day.
They talk like that, dude. But yeah, that was by far like the worst like advice I got, like that I can remember off the top of my head.
I think the worst advice with weightlifting in particular that I got is that, I'm going to tell you my top two here. So,
okay.
The worst advice I got with weightlifting is that if you weightlift too much, you're going to be slower and you're going to be too stiff to do like any of the sports. Like, so I play basketball, right? So like I was always told that like if I weightlift too much playing basketball, it's going to ruin my shot. I'm not going to be able to like move as quickly as I want to, because kind of goes along the same thing we talked about wrestling. It's like wrestling is going to make you a better wrestler. So basketball is going to make you a better basketball player. So you can supplement those workouts to give you advantages.
To assist.
So there's a little truth to it, but it's mostly a fallacy. So they're like, if you weightlift, it's going to ruin your basketball playing. So I did not weightlift almost at all. And when I did, I only focused on my legs because I knew like that wasn't going to screw up my shot or anything like that. So I could dunk. So, that was the only thing I would do, is I would only work out legs. I never, like bench press, I could bench press 135 probably for like the first 6 years that I weightlifted. I never went past that. So, but that's probably one of the worst advice I got for weightlifting. For I don't even remember what I was going to say on the other one. I forgot.
Yeah, the first one's pretty bad though.
Yeah, the first one is pretty bad. I don't remember the second one, so I'm just going to do the first one. I can't remember the second one.
You brought up a lot of emotions on that first one. You completely forgot.
Yeah.
Fucking waterboyed it.
Put all the energy into that one.
I remember now. So, the second worst piece of advice that I got is that I have to go all out in the gym every single time I'm there.
Go 100% all the time.
I have to go 100% all the time. I have to be sore to the point that I can't walk by the time.
110%.
Plus ultra, yeah.
Plus ultra, yeah. That's the second, because I trained like that forever.
Yeah.
I never got any bigger from it. I had great conditioning from it just because I'd like pushing myself to limits I probably shouldn't have been pushing myself to.
Yeah.
But I never got significant strength gains from it. I never looked any different for that. I was super athletic, but like I got nothing out of it besides that. So it's even as an adult, as a 30-year-old adult, it's like I still have to get out of that mindset sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I've been pushed in that mindset for so long that it's trying to make the habit of like, oh, it's better to go 70 to 80% every day than it is to go 100% even just twice a week, because your body can't handle that 100% all the time.
Yeah, it can't.
So I've had plenty of injuries in my life, and it's probably attributed to me like going over 100% every day. So, so that's the second like biggest worst advice I got is you have to go 100% all the time. Even if you like, I see like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's like massive guy. He's super strong. He's in the gym every single day. But I guarantee he always says be the hardest worker in the gym. I guarantee he's not doing 100% every single time he's in there. So. Oh
yeah, there's no way, dude. Well, granted, he's a little supplemented, but
he's a little supplemented, but.
I mean, to be fair to him, it's like, does he really mean like kill yourself?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't mean kill yourself. But if I'm new to lifting or I'm new to working out,
you're gonna interpret that.
I'm gonna interpret it that way.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna interpret like you gotta be the hardest worker in the gym. Okay, it's like I gotta outwork everyone in here. That means the only way to outwork everyone in there is to go 100% every time.
Yep.
So,
right.
Yeah.
And so you have to be mentally there 100%. That does not mean physically you have to be there 100%.
Yeah, because you need to take like slower days. You got to deload a little bit. That's been proven. Yeah. Even though I still don't believe in rest days, but we got to do it. Yeah.
With the powerlifting program that we're doing, like rest days have been a must. When we were doing bodybuilding, it's like we never felt like we had to take a break because we were never sore, we were never tired.
Yeah, because we always separate the body parts.
Because we were separating body parts. With powerlifting, you're doing the same body parts all the time.
Dude, powerlifting's a whole new beast. Yeah, because that's something that we recently have gone into is powerlifting. Because before that we did like athletic and bodybuilding stuff. And like powerlifting, dude, is just a whole new beast, man. We'll do like 4 workouts, but it'll take us 2 hours.
Yeah,
like this fucking sucks.
We're taking 3 days off. We never take 3 days off.
Yeah,
so
it was like after we did like a 90% like deadlift, I'm like, dude, I cannot move right now.
Yeah.
I am so sore. Like I'm still sore, and we're going on our 14th week.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, this is fucked up. I'm like sore right now sitting down. This is terrible.
All right, very nice, guys. Thank you. Guess we can. You've already plugged yourselves already, but where can people find you?
You can find us on twitch.tv at averagejoes_OC. So
averagejoes_OC.
We had to do the underscore because someone else stole Average Joe's before we did.
Yeah.
So.
We're gonna find that guy.
But
Average Joe's _OC.
But we're also on Instagram. We're on Twitter. If you're gonna say hi to us or do anything, do it on Twitch or Instagram because we hate our Twitter. Yeah. We know Twitter is bigger in the world and it's like more common for people to use Twitter. We hate Twitter though.
We hate Twitter. We're Instagram and Twitch, dude.
Yeah.
Instagram and Twitch. All right. Well, thank you guys again. This is the Average Joes. Thank you guys.
You're welcome.
And have a good day.
All right.